Today, I am going to show you how to create a brand profile for your business like this one using AI. So, I'm going to show you a super cool tool that makes this really easy. Now, before AI, this would take hours and thousands of dollars. Even if you hired like a copywriter to create copy for your business, you would have to still generate a brand report for them and you would have to tell them the answers to all of these things. That in itself can take hours to create. Okay. Now, if you're unfamiliar, a brand guide is basically like the overall, the details of your business and your customer. Okay. So you can see here we have like for my vision agency, which is my business, we have, nearly 70% of Americans would struggle to cover a $1,000 emergency expense. But with my vision agency's coaching program, you can build a steady income, a steady stream of passive income that will give you financial security and peace of mind. Now, also underneath that, we have the brand colors. We have the customer avatar here. So, who is our customer? What are the pain points? The positioning of our offer, our solution here, the risk of inaction. Also, we have the value propositions and the taglines here. We also have the brand identity pillars and the colors, which tell, basically the significance of it. Okay. So, this is a really cool report to have. Also, if you're using other AI tools, having this is a great way to train those AI tools quickly about your business because it's all here for you. So you generate it one time. You don't have to worry about going back to doing this again. Okay. Now you can see the tool that I'm using is actually called Hey Levi. Now, Hey Levi is a white label tool for high level agencies. You can see if you go up to the top there of the page, you'll see you can create a free trial of Hey Levi at myvisionagency.com/ Hey Levi. When you click here, you're going to go and check out the white label. Let me actually take you, it's right here. You can check it all out here, and I know that everyone wants to know the pricing here. You can see for the white label, now you do have to have a high level agency account. I want to preface that by saying you have to have an agency account, and then you can sign up for Hey Levi because it does work with your high level account. So you can see you could have 5 sub accounts included for $199, or you could have the white label with unlimited sub accounts for $499 a month. Okay, so just like high level, you create, you pay the unlimited $499 a month, and then you have unlimited sub accounts, just like your high level. So you integrate it, and then everyone who creates a high level account will automatically get a Hey Levi account created there. Okay. So that's how basically how that works. And you can see what it looks like here. And then if I go to edit this, we're going to create one, of course, together. But if I go to edit this, you can see kind of what it looks like on the back end. So really what you're doing is you're just filling out this first part here. And then you can start using the AI to generate the additional information. Okay. So you can see our value proposition, the colors, all of these things that we have available here. Now, what's great about this, as I told you, once you create this, you can use this for other AI tools. You can also use it here for Hey Levi. Okay, so this is one user account inside of my high level agency. So every high level client that you have that gets this account as well, you can see I call mine AI coach. They'll just click here and it's branded to you and all of that. So it's a seamless integration in that sense. Okay. Now, what's cool is your client can come here and just answer the questions, or you, if you're using this for yourself, answer the questions, and then it will save the information about your business. Okay, so it's saving it, and then you can use it for any of these things here. Do you want to use like the brainstorm AI? You can do competitor analysis, lead magnets, create ad copy, lead nurture sequences, email campaigns, blog articles, social media posts, and all these things. It's not just generic AI, right? All of these things are trained on your business and all of the relevant information when you fill this out. And so when you are creating all of this content, it is pulling it in from your brand positioning guide. Okay. Super, super cool. So let's actually create one just from scratch. And yet let's use like a let's see what the example is. Green tea here. So we'll say organic. green tea shop. Okay. Because I did want to give you another example besides just my business. Okay, so who's the target audience? Let's say um, busy, moms. Okay, let's just say. And then what is the tone of voice? Okay, we can choose our own. We could just type it in there, or we could choose something here. Let's just say humorous. And what does your brand do? And you'll see down here, this is kind of what I'm copying just to save time here, but they do give you examples if you just don't know what to say. So we provide premium monthly green tea subscription delivery service. Okay, so let's just post that there. Of course, you could type that in. So, what's the biggest thing your brand stands against? So, I'm going to use this example: drinking inauthentic green tea available in grocery stores, which aren't pure or of the highest grade. Okay, so we're going to say, there we go. And then what is one thing you do best that your competitors don't do? So let's use this example. We provide the highest quality, authentic green tea sourced from Japan with flavors and accessories designed to craft a one on one or one of a kind experience. Okay, so let's paste that there. What is the one action you'd like your audience to take when they come to your website? So here, we'll just take this, order a free sample. Okay. Now, these are all questions that everyone should know when they're creating an offer. Okay. If you don't know the answers to these questions, you have a lot more thinking about your business and marketing and positioning and learning. Okay. Because this is the bare bones basic, right? If you know your business, you know the answers to these questions. So let's go ahead and click create narrative. Now, this does just take a few minutes because the AI is generating the responses from this. And it's not just going to chat GPT and going to spit you out something generic. This is trained AI to know the exact strategies and the positioning to use based on the answers that you have created. Okay, so the output is way superior than just trying to enter this into ChatGPT. Okay, it does say, did you know that 55? Oh, that always goes away before I'm ready. Okay, um, so here now you see the AI has generated the information. Okay, so who is our customer avatar? Samantha is a busy mom juggling work, kids, and household chores. She's always on the go, and her biggest fear is not being able to provide the best for her family. She values health and wellness and is motivated by the desire to keep her family healthy. However, she struggles to find time to research and buy quality products. She wants to feel confident that she's making the right choices for her family's health. Okay. So, what are Samantha, our customer avatar, what are Samantha's pain points? All right. Now, maybe you don't know the pain points. And this is why I love this tool because it really helps you think about that. Right. So Samantha needs a reliable source of green tea, but is stuck with inauthentic options from the grocery stores. This leaves her feeling frustrated and questioning her ability to provide the best for her family. She believes that everyone should have access to pure, high quality products without having to spend hours researching. So now we have what is the positioning, right? How does our business fit in with Samantha and the pain points? Organic Green Tea Shop understands Samantha's struggles. We believe in providing only the highest grade pure green tea. Our monthly subscription service takes away the stress of finding green tea, giving Samantha more time for what truly matters, her family. Okay. So now from this already, we're really, as the organic green tea shop, we are really starting to understand our customer, which is going to also help us understand all of our marketing and all the things that we need to do to make sure that our customer is receiving the marketing, that we are addressing her pain points with our solution. Okay. So, what's the elevator pitch here? Okay. 80% of green teas in the grocery stores are not pure or of the highest grade. With organic green tea shops subscription service, you'll enjoy premium green tea every month, boosting your family's health and wellness. That's our elevator pitch. So, what's the solution? Your path to green tea. Step one, order a free sample. Step two, taste the difference of our premium green tea. Step three, subscribe to our monthly delivery service and enjoy pure green tea delivered right to your doorstep. Okay. Now, what's the call to action? Order a sample. The risk of inaction, don't settle for less than the best. Drinking inauthentic green tea can compromise your family's health. You deserve better. Your family deserves better. So cool, right? Now we need to create some propositions and taglines, but that's a lot of work. So let's just let AI do it for us. And it says, did you know that 47% of all emails are opened or discarded based solely on their subject line? Yes, that's pretty interesting, though. I don't think I knew that it was that high, but interesting. Okay. So now we have the value propositions. I'm going to expand this just a little bit here. So we have value proposition number one. For busy moms who value health, Organic Green Tea Shop offers a monthly subscription service providing the highest quality authentic green tea serviced from Japan, eliminating the stress of finding quality green tea. Okay, I did notice when I highlight this, this little box comes up. What would you like AI to do? So that's really that's a new thing. I just noticed. Super cool. Okay, so the next thing here is value proposition two. Organic Green Tea Shop is for health conscious parents seeking confidence in their choices. We deliver pure, high grade green tea from Japan monthly, ensuring you always have access to the best. And then, of course, we have the value proposition tagline three. Organic Green Tea Shop understands the struggle of finding time for research. Our monthly subscription service provides only the highest grade, pure green tea from Japan, giving you more time. What truly matters. And you'll see underneath these here, like this one, more time for you, less time in the tea aisle. So it's basically, this is what it's saying. But if you want a really catchy headline here or tagline to kind of say the same thing, that's what these do down here. Okay. So now you can see very quickly, we are learning so much about our organic green tea shop here. Okay. We already know everything about Samantha, her pain points, our offers, the path that we want to take them through to take action, the risk of inaction. And we also have some cool value propositions and taglines. Now let's go ahead and create the identity pillars and the colors. So this says, did you know that brands that are use blogging as part of their content marketing mix get 67% more leads than those who don't? I do know that. And that is blogs are definitely great. That's why I have one. I know lots of us in our membership program have one. Okay, so it's going to create this content here eventually. I do want to say hello to Terry and Rick and Ray and Airline Renower. Welcome to today's live. Okay, so we have the brand identity pillars and colors, and you'll see the colors that it's chosen here. Okay, so of course, if you don't like those, you can choose any of these alternatives down here, and then whichever ones that you like, you want to go ahead and activate because that will show on your report. So if I wanted to choose these here, you can see the color. If I wanted to add my own, of course, I could do that. Now it's going to update that. I didn't mean to do that. Did you know that customers who engage with okay. All right, so we have the orange here, and when that orange is changed, it tells you here what the orange means. So orange is the emotion is courage, confidence, warmth, innovation, friendliness, energy. And then we also have white, which is innocence, purity, cleansing, simplicity, pristine. And then, of course, we have purple, which is wisdom, wealth, spiritual imagination, and so on, right? So this is cool too, okay, because it gives you the rationale. So the color orange represents confidence and courage, which Samantha needs to juggle her busy life. The warmth and friendliness resonate with her role as a mother, while the energy and innovation reflect her constant on the go lifestyle. This color also aligns with her desire to confidently make the right choices for her family. Okay, so we are really, you guys, we are really hitting everything with this brand report. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and save that now. And you can see now all of this is generated here for our coffee, our organic green tea shop. We have our elevator pitch, all of the colors there. We have our Samantha customer, the pain points, and all of that. We could export this file here. We could edit here anytime we need to. And like I said, when you export the file, you get it a PDF form like this, and it allows you to upload to all of your other tools that you're using to train about your business so that you can fast track that process. If you have access to Hey Levi or our AI coach, which is what I call it if you're a client in my agency, now with this created, you can go through, you can add different products. And when you add the products, it will take the info from your brand and then it will create specific content based on products, which is really important in my case, because I have lots of different products that I promote and that I white label inside of my agency. But in this case, like a coffee shop, maybe we wanted to run campaigns about our special cold pressed green tea. I don't even know if that makes sense, but our special, type of green tea. We could create these products and then we could create different content based on the products. Okay. So we have our business brand positioning, and then we can break it down by products and services and then generate all of this content based on that information. Okay. Bridget Bartlett here. So today I am going to show you how to create social media content using Hey Levi, or our white labeled brand is AI Coach. Okay. So if you are, before I get started with all this, I know your first question is if you're unfamiliar with Hey Levi, this is a white label product that is available only right now for high level agencies. So you do need to have a high level account, or you need to be a member of our program to on the specific plan to have access to this. Okay, so you can check all of that out at myvisionagency.com, or you can go to bridgetbartlett.com to check that out. Now, if you want to white label this, go to myvisionagency.com/Hey Levi, because this is really what you want anyway. If you are a high level agency, you'll see the plans do start at $199 a month, but you're able to white label this. If you create an account, I have a snapshot to give you. So definitely contact me if you do that. Okay. So let's go into the account. Remember yesterday, we talked about the brand positioning guide, and this is what really makes Hey Levi stand out, because you can train it about your business, and then you can use this that we created yesterday to generate content, specific content for your business. Here with any of these options here. Okay. So let's actually use this example of the organic green tea shop that we created yesterday. And let's create some social media content. Okay. So I can click here to go to the social media content, and you'll see here that we have the option of creating the social media posts for our brand or for a specific product that we have. Now, if you want to use the product option, you need to go up here and actually create your product. And you'll see it's really easy. You want to give it a name, a description, choose the language, the specific product type, competitive awareness, and the target here. Your target audience, which you configure in the brand. When you create that brand profile, it will pull in your target here. And if you don't remember, because it does give you different personas, you can check when you hover over it, you can check up here and it tells you. You can also generate other personas here if you have something specific for that product. Okay. Now, to save time, I'm just going to do the brand positioning here. So let's go over to social media content. Let's find it. Where is it at? Social media. I love when I'm live and I can't find things that are right in my face. Okay. So now I've clicked there and I'm going to do the brand positioning. Okay. So remember, this is for the organic green tea coffee shop that is in this account here. Okay, so which language are we going to choose? So it does say expect longer wait times for non-English languages, and that's simply because it needs to translate it. Okay, but you can choose any of these languages here that you want your content to be created in. You also can choose your target audience. Remember, it's pulling this in from the brand positioning guide up here. Okay. Of course, you could also, I think you could type some, yeah, you could type something in if you really wanted to. Now, which channel are we wanting to create the content for? So you could do like Facebook, IG captions, or carousel outline. You can do LinkedIn, TikTok, or Twitter. Let's just, for the sake of ease, use Facebook. And then also we can choose the tone of voice. So pick an option from the I cannot speak, drop down or type your own option. Okay. So I do kind of like the funny ones here. Sassy, mysterious, inspirational. Let's choose mildly sarcastic Gen Z and just see what we get there. Okay, so now we are actually generating the content. So, did you know that integrating Instagram feeds can increase website engagement and time spent on the site? I do love these little tips that they give you while it's generating the content because then you can think about it while AI is thinking. So let's go ahead and we're going to let this think. Unfortunately, there's no way to speed that up. It's AI. But I do want to say hello to Manolo, Frankie, Janai, Anthony, Rick, Ray, and Maria. Thank you all for joining me today. Okay, so now you'll see that we have created, we've got this started, right? We've told it, what we want to create the content around and who we're creating the content for. So let's brainstorm some ideas for each of your content buckets. Okay, select topics from each content bucket below to generate content for. You can edit these or add your own in the next steps. Okay, so what do we want to talk about here? We got to educate. Do we want to educate our audience, inform the audience, or inspire the audience, or entertain? Okay, so you can see the different buckets it's calling it, right? So if we chose like education bucket, the types of posts that we're going to create, and remember, again, this is for our organic coffee shop, simple hacks to recognize real Japanese green tea, organic versus non-organic teas, why it matters. Green tea, the powerhouse of antioxidants explained. So let's see, information buckets would be like shocking facts about grocery store green teas. Ever wonder why Japanese green tea reigns supreme? Or how about tea is the elixir of life? I don't even know how to say that. Triumph stories, moms who switched to organic teas. Remember when we created that brand profile yesterday that we made our target audience busy moms. So that's really cool. It's incorporating that. By the way, if I go too far into this, if you guys missed any of the training yesterday, you can always go back to my YouTube channel. Also, remember Friday, we're going to have the team behind Hey Levi, which is Bayant Singh and his partners there. And so he'll definitely, if you're a member, you can join us in the Q&A with them to be able to ask any questions you have. Or if you're not a member, you can just join us live. Okay. So what we're going to do here, let's choose entertainment bucket down here, tea puns to brew over during snack time. That is so clever. Okay. Let's just say, let's pick all of these. Okay, because all of them are really good. Let's see the output that we get, okay? Because of course it's different every time. So now we're going to click next, okay? Now here is the really cool part, okay? So we generate the content bucket. So select text to tell AI what you want to do with it, okay? So we have the title here. And we could go through and generate each individual post, or we could just click generate all. Now, this does take just a few minutes. So did you know that 90% of consumers expect their experience with a brand to be consistent across all platforms and devices? And remember, this is what I talk about a lot, is that brand recognition. And when you're creating your brand profile, you want it to have all the correct colors, like all pinks and purples and even blacks are not created the same. So you want to make sure that you're using the exact right hex codes when you are creating your brand, because it's like it says, you do want to be consistent. Did you know that Snapchat reaches 40? Oh, that just went too fast. Did you know that 70% of YouTube viewers watch videos for help with a problem they're having in their hobby, studies, or job? That is so true. And obviously, that's why we're all here, right? You guys are, most of you, watching on YouTube. And that's where we go to find problems. That's why we go live there. Okay, so did you know that 49% of users say that Google, they use, okay, yeah, to find new item or product? Definitely. I always check Google if I want to know the results. You can see here in the background that it is generating the product here. So I don't know if you can read that, but I love back here, it says simple hacks to recognize real Japanese green tea. And then here, Sorry that you can't see. It says image suggestion. So if you're using any of the AI tools to generate your images, you even have the image suggestion here. So, okay, cool. So we've got all of that. A close up shot of various types of green tea leaves spread on a wooden table with a vibrant green background. So it's even giving you the prompt there. Now, let's say that I love this, but maybe I want to rewrite it. I could always do regenerate post, or I could even tell the AI what to do with it. So I did just notice this yesterday. This is a new option, but you can highlight and choose to use the AI to summarize this, improve and rewrite this, shorten this, or expand this. Okay. I'm just going to, again, for the sake of time, I'm just going to leave it as is. But you can tell the first post here, again, we're titling it Simple Hacks to Recognize Real Japanese Green Tea. And then we have the image suggestion here. Going to share something that happened recently. I was at a friend's place and she casually offered me some Japanese green tea. Being the tea fanatic that I am, I agreed immediately. She brought out this fancy looking package her husband had picked up from the supermarket. As soon as she poured hot water over the leaves in my cup, I knew something was off. My usually soothing cup of Zen smelled slightly fishy, literally. It took me back to my early days when I myself struggled to differentiate between real and faux Japanese green tea. So here are some quick hacks that helped me. I love this, you guys. This is part of like informing and educating our clients on why our solution is so great and why it's better than the others, right? So you can see we've gone through all of these different steps here. Now let's go ahead and click next now that we have that generated. And of course, we are going to generate more content from the buckets. Okay, so let's just say generate all and let it go ahead and generate. Now, the cool part about all of this, okay, I'm going to let that generate. And then once you create that content, you can actually go into your My Vision agency or your HighLevel account if you're an agency owner, and you can use the social media planner to actually schedule out this content. So you can see this is my real life social media planner. I do use this all the time. And what you would want to do after you connect your accounts here, you would want to just go to post and then create new post. So see here, we said that we are creating that content for Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And then here we could actually put the content in. So let's go back and see that is almost done there. So what's really cool is we can take while we're waiting for that content, I wanted to show you that we can actually generate that AI image here inside of the tool. Okay, so you add the content, and then when you click here, you can do create image using AI. You can put that prompt in there. Of course, you want to have different variations. You have the different styles that you can choose from. So if we want to use photo or like any of the dreamlike or digital art or any of those things, we're just really choosing the style. So I'm just going to choose that. Let's go back here. Hopefully this is done. Okay, it is not. Give me just a few minutes here. Did you know that Google's first page gets 95% of web traffic, with subsequent pages getting 5% or less of total traffic? That is interesting. All right, so now we have this created here. Let's see, let's scroll down. Okay, so we do have the next, and you can see here that it's working through the buckets. So I'm not going to waste your time with all of that, but each bucket, you'll see that it has to generate the different posts. Okay, so we had the education bucket, the information bucket, and that's actually what we're on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here, the suggestion of an image, which is a comedic meme of a detective holding a magnifying glass and scrutinizing grocery store shelves stocked with green tea. I'm going to copy this here, and let's just put this in as it is and then see what results we get. So I'm going to go ahead and generate. And this should just take just a second. Waiting on AI when you're live is challenging, but it's okay. I actually tested this out before and was really happy with the result. Okay, this is really, really funny. Um, so I actually love that. Let's see here. So it looks like I don't really know if that's like green tea specifically in the background. I don't know why this is making me laugh, but this is really funny. Okay, so I'm going to just choose this image here. I actually love that. And then all I would need to do is just take this text right here and then copy and go back to my social media planner. And of course, I want to edit this, make it how, if you did want to edit it or shrink some of these things down, take up less space here. You could also add, let's do remove some space. Okay, and of course, you could also add hashtags here. And you could, if you have saved hashtags, which are really helpful, then you could just choose from your list of saved hashtags there. So obviously, hashtags are great when you are, on social media to make it findable. Like maybe if this was my business, I wanted to do like green tea, would be a hashtag, or Japanese green tea, or busy moms, or something like that. That would be relative to our customer. What I absolutely love about this scheduler as well is you can, if you're scheduling for Facebook, your Instagram business account, your LinkedIn profile, your X profile, or YouTube, if you were doing videos, you actually can post the first comment when this is posted. So that is really helpful because we all know on social media that we don't really want to share links inside of our posts because Facebook likes to bury that, or any social media platform likes to bury that. So, for example, if I was going to post this about my green tea, then I would maybe say, here in the comments, grab or order your, organic green tea or whatever here, and then I could share my link here. Okay, so I can set that when I am posting, and then when it posts, it's going to create the post, and then it will also create that first follow-up comment. And of course, you also have some more advanced options here where you can choose categories and different tags for those specific products. Okay. Love the social media scheduler within HighLevel. Okay, so you guys, that's really how easy it is to generate all of this content. And remember, this is content for you or a bit or your clients. But the great thing about providing a tool like this to your HighLevel agency is not only can they create their own brand and their brand profile, but they can just use that one time to then generate all of this content. Remember, the easier that using AI is for the client, that's really what's important when we're software resellers. We want to provide the easier use case for AI. Okay. We can tell local business owners, oh, just go to Chat GPT and do this and that and whatever, and they're completely lost. Okay. This is for the end user to be able to quickly generate on brand content for their social media. So again, if you want to create a free trial, you can actually just go to myvisionagency.com/Hey Levi. This is my affiliate link. So when you click there, you can see all the different plans. And I do definitely recommend the unlimited plan. It's kind of a no-brainer. If you feel like you can get your return on your investment quickly, this is going to add massive value to your HighLevel accounts. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. Bridget Bartlett here. Today, I am going to show you how to create a blog post using Hey Levi. Now, if you've missed any of the training so far, we've already created our brand positioning report. You can see here we're using an organic green tea coffee shop as an example. And what's cool about Hey Levi is that you train the software on your business, and then all of the different options down here you can actually use to pull in that data instead of having to like go to chat gpt and train it about your product. And more so, it's all about our clients, right? If we're agency owners or software resellers, we want to make sure that the end user doesn't have to be as techy as we are, right? Not everyone is as techy, but this simplifies the process so that we can allow our clients to use AI in a much simpler way, but also it is incredibly time efficient when you are generating your own content. Okay. Now, if you missed any of the previous training, or if you want to white label this and add it to your own high level agency, it is specific for high level agencies. So you do need to have a high level account to do that. You can go to My Vision Agency. You can see it up here, myvisionagency.com/Hey Levi. You can click here to go to my affiliate link. And if you missed any of the training, you can click here. Make sure to contact me. You can reach out to me here in the chat here. Just click contact us when you create your Hey Levi account, because I do have a snapshot that I can give you that'll help you get set up. Okay. Now, what we're going to do today is, like I said, we're going to create the blog post. So to do that, you see the blog option down here. Now, I absolutely love this because, like I said, it's not just like we're creating some random blog post. Okay. We've already taught it everything about our business. But you can see here, we can actually be even more specific by choosing a product. And you'll see that we did not create a product yet. So let's go back up here before we get started on our blog post. And let's actually create a product. So remember, the brand is all about your business. Okay, that's your brand as a whole. That's who is your perfect customer. What solutions do you provide? And here we can actually create our different products and services, so that when we want to create a blog post about a specific product or service, then we can actually pull that in and tell it exactly what we wanted to create. So keeping with the theme here of the organic green tea, the Japanese green tea, obviously I need to have a name of a product, and I don't know anything about Japanese green tea. So what I'm going to do for this example is I just looked on some random website. I have no idea anything about this, but I see a product here. So I'm just going to choose this product, and I'm going to use this as the example product that we're using. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to copy this. Okay, it's not going to let me copy and paste, which is definitely inconvenient, but I found a place I can. So here we go. All right, so let's go back here. We're going to choose our product here, and it's going to be organic bancha green tea. Now we need a description of our product. Okay, so let's find it up here. Oh, lo and behold, we have a description. So let's add, we're just going to copy and paste here since we don't know anything about green tea, or I don't at least. And then down here, of course, we can choose our language. We could choose the type of product. And in this case, it is a physical product that we are talking about. So we're going to add that there. Competitive awareness, let's just say 2. And then we have our target audience. Now, the target audience is from the brand positioning up here. Okay. So we saw the different scenarios that we have, and we can choose here, like the brand customer. Do we want it to be, our busy mom, Samantha, who's juggling work and kids? Let's say we love that. And let's, if we wanted to generate different personas, let's just go ahead and do that. Sometimes when I'm live teaching this, I don't always like to use the AI because it does take a few minutes. But I think it is cool in case you did not know, how to generate. Maybe this wasn't your perfect target audience and you wanted to generate different personas. You could actually do that there. Okay. And I do love how they added these little, I say this every time because I always do read it. And I think it's helpful both while you're waiting for the AI to generate, to have something to read there. But I also just think it's usually really interesting information. So let's go ahead and generate those personas here. Did you know that by 2022, online videos will make up more than 82% of all consumer internet traffic? 15 times something I couldn't finish. Okay, so now we have personas for this audience. So we have our target audience here, and then we have personas here. So we're going to choose, do we want nurturing Nancy? Do we want health conscious Hannah? Let's say health conscious Hannah. And so now we have Hannah's background. Okay, so we have a demographic here about Hannah. Hannah's a 35-year-old working mom with 2 kids, because remember, this is our target audience, and then this is the persona. So our target audience is still Samantha the busy mom, but now it's Samantha the busy mom and health conscious Hannah, right? So working mom with 2 young kids. She holds a managerial position in a reputable corporate firm, which keeps her constantly occupied between work, kids, and running the household. She has little to no time for herself. So we're talking about now the pain points, okay? And we're still talking about our organic coffee shop and the product that we're creating that is that we want to target to Samantha, the busy mom, and health conscious Hannah, who's also a busy mom, right? So you can definitely read through all here. I don't want to spend a lot of time reading it to you, but I think it's so, so cool how now just getting, even if you're not like a branding person, just getting this idea when you're generating your content of who you're actually speaking to, having this fresh in your mind will help you when it comes to generating that content. But of course, we don't need to worry about this because the Hey Levi is doing that for us. Okay. So it even says engagement strategies here to engage Hannah effectively. Focus on communicating the organic and health benefits of the bancha tea succinctly. Okay. Learning a new word today. Use trust building strategies like sharing testimonials from other busy moms or offer a subscription service for regular deliveries, alleviating her worry about finding time or research. Okay. So now we can add a URL to scrape the features and benefits. Okay. So if we don't have them, we can enter them manually. But let's just go ahead and let's add this website link up here and let's just see what we get here. So let's scrape this and extract features and benefits. Unable to scrape URL, please try again or manually enter. Maybe it's because I didn't add the whole thing here. So let's do this. Okay. So now, did you know that 87% of online marketers use video content? You know, I think 100% of online marketers should use video content. I do want to say hello while we're waiting to Ray and Rick and Manolo and Sam and Frankie and Charles and Anthony. Thank you so, so much for joining. So you can see since we pasted the link there, now we have all of this information about our green tea, right? Desire, our pain points here, desire for a refreshing and a vegetal everyday tea, looking for green teas with health benefits. We have all of our features here made from large, mature leaves, originating from something in Japan. Okay, so we have our benefits here, offers a roasted aroma and creamy mouth feel. Okay, so now we have all of the pain points, the features, and the benefits. Let's go ahead and generate the positioning. So it says, and I do love this. So hang tight while we work on your positioning for your brand customer avatar. Samantha is a busy mom juggling work, kids, household chores. She's always on the go, and her biggest fear is not being able to provide the best for her family. She values health and wellness and is motivated by the desire to keep her family healthy. However, she struggles to find time to research and buy quality products. She wants to feel confident that she's making the right choices for her family's health. Did you know that 72% of adults prefer communication with companies via email? That definitely makes sense. I think text is a big one too. So once we generate this information, remember this is product specific. Again, we've already told it everything about our brand. We've created that printable PDF that is our brand profile, but it also is stored in here. And then now we are building out the different products and benefits. So it knows everything about our business. And now it knows everything about this specific product that we want to generate this blog post for. Okay. So sorry, it's taking just a minute. Um, Sorry, guys, I can't fast forward. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we have the product positioning. So positioning and messaging for internal strategy assignment, it says. So value proposition one, organic bancha tea is made from large mature leaves, elevator pitches for growth and enablement. So for working moms who crave unique experiences while trying to maintain a balanced diet, all of this is so, so good. We have the product brief here. So organic bancha green tea is traditional Japanese beverage derived from autumn and winter fest. All of this stuff, it's generated for us. Okay. So now we have created our product here. So now what we're doing is we're creating a blog post for our business and we want to focus on this specific product. Okay. Now, of course, once we store the info about the brand and the products, we could do ad copy. We could create email campaigns. We could create a sales letter. We could do all those things here. But in today's example, we're just going to create a blog post. So I'm going to click on blog now. And I'm going to choose also a product. So you can see our organic green tea there. What would you like your blog post to be about? So let's see. Let's just find something here. Let's say um, the top benefits. Let's say the top health benefits for drinking Boncha green tea. Okay. And what keywords or key phrases are we looking to target with this piece of content? So let's just say green tea, comma, let's say organic tea. Okay, let's say that's good enough. And then who is your target audience? Okay, so we already have the brand customer avatar, which is Samantha, the busy mom. So we're going to choose that. And then pick which buyer persona. In the previous one, we were talking about the health conscious Hannah. So you can see more when you hover over, it'll tell you like which one you want to choose. So let's choose health conscious Hannah again. And then we can choose our tone of voice here. So do we want it to be humorous or, millennial slang? You can see, as you scroll down here, we could even choose sassy if we want to. Let's say sassy. All right. And next, I'm kind of sassy. I think everyone who knows me personally would have to agree with that. But so let's choose sassy and see what it says. Did you know that 90% of consumers read online reviews before visiting a business? Of course. Okay, so here are a few titles that you might like, right? So health on the go, Bancha green tea for a busy mom, from Bancha with love, a tea that cares for your family, Bancha green tea, a quick health boost for busy bees, no time for wellness. Let's just choose this one. Okay. If we didn't like any of these, of course, we could generate more. And then we could even write our own down here if we wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. And then how many sections are we looking for? So we can just toggle this over. For the sake of time, I'm going to say just 3. And let's go ahead and generate the outline. So we'll see now it's going to build out the structure of our blog post, and then we can start generating the content within the structure. Did you know that tweets with images receive, that was too fast. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, it says here, select sections to generate copy for or generate more ideas first. Sections will be rearranged in order of selection. So if I wanted this to be section number 1, I need to select that first. Okay. It's not going to have a 1, but that's how you need to do it, right? So if we want this to be, let's say we want this to be 1, and then the next one, let's say I want this to be 2, and then we'll have this one be 3. Okay, so make sure that you select them in the order that you want them to be in, and then we're going to click next. Now here you'll see that we want to generate the whole blog here. We can actually do that by clicking this button, but let's go ahead and choose the short first because I want to definitely save time here. But you can see the title of each of the sections, and we could generate the section individually. And of course, you could edit and do all the things that you could normally do, like with a Word document here. But again, for the sake of time, let's just go ahead and generate the blog. And you'll see at the bottom, like let's say at this point you decided that you want to add more sections. At the bottom here, there's the button that just says add more sections. So you don't have to like go back and redo all of this. And just FYI, while we wait, you can always come back into the history. It's up here. Won't let me scroll up, but in the history, and it will keep all of your generated responses in like 90 days. Okay, so it's up here, content history. You'll see all of that there. So if you make sure to complete it and save it, but if you need to go back, you can definitely do that. But it only saves it for 90 days. So that's important to know. Okay, so each of the sections we have here, and now we have the content of the section, and we even have the sources here. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could summarize this. You could highlight it, of course, summarize it, improve and rewrite it, shorten or expand on this, just like you could with most of the really good AI generators. But for the sake of time, again, we're just going to say we love all of this. And really, it is so, so good. If you guys really, the quality of output that this tool gives is really, it's very impressive. Okay. So we have our blog post here. Let's go ahead and click next. And then now you'll see the whole copy of the blog post. So we have our title here, and then we have each section, and then each section has the sources here. And then, of course, all we need to do at this point is copy it into the blog builder. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar, you can go into, just copy that. Let's go ahead and click done. Actually, we'll click copy, go ahead and click done. And then if we need to find that again, we could go, like I said, to content history, and then you'll see that blog article there. And then, of course, you could edit and copy and do whatever you want to. Now, if you didn't know, HighLevel does have a blog builder. So you go to sites here and you go into blogs. I don't know in this account if I actually have a blog. Oh, I do. So Jane Doe's blog. We would create a blog post. Let's say test. Of course, we wouldn't call it test. It would have a title here, but just for the sake of time here, let's say test. We can put our blog description there and create post. And then all you need to do is on this page, let's just highlight all this text here and delete. And then we have our blog post. So let's just copy and paste. Okay. So now all you need to do is make this pretty. And what I would do is move all these sources to the bottom, but you have this done for you blog post. And again, it's not like, there's so many tools, right? Like, for example, we don't really even need Hey Levi to write a blog post using AI inside of HighLevel. You see that we have this option here, but I know that the question is going to be, well, what's the difference? And the difference is it's exactly what I was saying in the beginning. This, if you're using this option, it's just going to give you like a generic output, right? It doesn't really know anything about your business. But if you're using Hey Levi, not only can you tell it everything about your business, but it stores it there. And then you can even tell it about your different products and services. And you can see now that that is trained, you can easily go back and create, 25 other blog articles specifically about bunch of green tea or about any other green tea or whatever service or product that you are providing. Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. So today I'm going to show you how you can white label Hey Levi. So we've actually been talking about Hey Levi this week, and I showed you on Monday how you can create your brand positioning guide. This is super important when it comes to creating your brand and understanding your perfect customer, and Hey Levi helps you write all of that. We also talked about how you can create a product so that when you're generating the content that Hey Levi can generate, that you can actually do it by the brand, or you can even narrow it down more specifically to your actual products here. Like we created an organic buncha green tea product, and then we created social media content and blog posts from the content that we created. Okay, so you can see how this is miles better than just trying to tell your clients to use Chat GPT and completely overwhelming them. And then they have to go back and train it every time they want to start a new thread and create new content. Okay, that's what we want to really avoid doing this. Okay. Now, I want to show you how you can take this tool and add it to your HighLevel agency. I call mine AI Coach. Of course, it's Hey Levi. But as a HighLevel agency, you want to be able to rebrand other people's products, and you want to add value for your target customer. So what you want to do to get started is you want to go to myvisionagency.com/Hey Levi. You'll see the link up here at the top. If you click this link here, this is my affiliate link for Hey Levi. And you'll see if you scroll down here, there are two plans for the white label version. They do have like a standalone, but it's not a white label. To get the white label version, the plan for 5 sub accounts is $199 a month. And then if you want the unlimited plan, it's $499 a month. Okay, so go to myvisionagency.com/Hey Levi. If you want to sign up, I'm also going to give you the snapshot that I'm showing you today. So once you create your account, you'll be able to go inside of your high level agency account and you'll see the app marketplace, and there will be instructions on all of the how to get this set up when you create your account. But you'll see if you go to the marketplace that Hey Levi does have an app there. Once you get that connected, it's going to allow you to automatically create these accounts if you're on the highest growth plan. If you're on the other plan, you do need to manually create the accounts. But if you're only using five, I mean, that's not that much work, right? So, what you want to do is make sure to get that installed. Now, when you do get that installed, you'll see here in the Hey Levi app, if you go into the settings, this is going to be in your main account that you manage this out of. Okay. So you won't see on the other accounts the agency option. This is only going to be on your account as the admin. Okay. So in the settings, you'll see that we have this tab here, and there are some things that I do need to hide because this is my real live account, but you'll have your name and your agency email here. You can choose if you want to enable the beta features or not. And you can also choose the tier that they're automatically going to get added to. Okay. Now, what I do for my agency is I do not give anyone access to the agency who doesn't also have access to the AI coach. And then that way, all I do is I just give, all the top tier of the tools. I don't leave anything limited. So they just automatically get the best account. But you could definitely, upsell to this. You could, have everyone on the base tier or the disabled tier. And when they're on the disabled tier, it will actually, if they click there, it will prompt them to upgrade to the to get the other features. Okay. So again, however you want to structure this for your specific business, you do have those options there. Now, of course, you need your AI or your API settings here. And you can see the plan that you're on, and then the sub account name that that your agency is in. Now you'll see here that if you do want to upsell, there's an upsell message. So if you do have locked features and they click to upsell, you'll see the message here, and then you'll have the link there. Now, since I don't have the upsell on really because everyone gets the full account, I don't have that there. And if you don't want to add that there, like I don't, you just don't put any link there and then it won't show. Okay. You can also see the usage information here, how many tokens and so on have been generated. Now, in the next section above, this is going to show all the sub accounts that you have available, and you can sort them by the tier that they're actually on. I just put snapshot here because I didn't want to show any of our accounts. And if you're manually doing this, you can import the accounts here, and then you would just choose what tier you want them to be on. So in the features section here, this is where you're going to choose those tiers that you want to offer. So here is the disabled tier. So that would be like the default that they don't have an account basically. And then you can choose the monthly word limit. You'll see here I have 56 sub accounts there. And then you can also give the description of that. And then you can choose to show the locked features or not. So you may want to show them to prompt them to upgrade or not. It's totally up to you how you do that. And then you want to create another tier here. This one, just for example, called the base tier. You can choose the word limit, the number of sub accounts, the description here. You can show locked features, and you can also choose to upload custom prompts. So if you have a prompt that's specific for your business that you want to add here, you can actually start building your own prompt library and add those there so that your customers in your specific niche can utilize those prompts as well. Okay. And then you also have the AI, because it does use the open AI. And then you can choose the generation and chat model that you want to use. And you can also choose the audio, because there are audio features in here. For example, when you're brainstorming, choosing some of these options up here, you can actually speak to it. And then if you want to hear and choose like the voice, you'll see you have all of these options here. You can even choose Spanish if you want to, and Italian and German. There's all those languages. So you can choose the language, or you can choose the voice model, and you can click here to test it out. I'm not sure if you guys can actually hear this, but let's see. Okay, so I don't know if you could hear that, but if you want to hear the example, you just click that little play button there, and then you'll be able to see. Now here you can choose the features for this particular base tier. Okay, so you want to choose. Do you want to select the features? Do you want them to have all the features, none of the features, or the core features? Okay, which would be like brand positioning, products and services. Okay, that would be up here. You also have the ability to change the theme. Of course, I choose purple, but you do have these other options here. You can also choose like the auto. This says automatically sets the scheme based on the user's operating system color scheme preferences using prefer color scheme media gallery. Of course, you can also choose the dark version or the light version. And then you can choose the different layouts here, whichever one that you prefer. And of course, once you set that up, you can preview it or you can update there. Okay. Now, the next thing I did want to show you, if you scroll down here, you do see the dashboard. So this is again only for the agency, but you do see all of the, the top accounts, the lifetime words generated, the number of counts frequently used. So basically you're getting all of the data so that you can see and make sure that this tool is providing value to your customers. So when you create your account from me, definitely let me know when you create your Hey Levi account. I'm going to send you a snapshot. So I want to show you how to load the snapshot and how to get it installed. Because of course, what we want to do is make money. We want to resell this tool. So when you import the snapshot, of course, yours will be in the imported snapshots section, and you'll see that it's called Snapshot Hey Levi. So when you have the account created, whether you want to create a brand new account and load this into, or you want to load it on top of your existing account, totally up to you. Everyone has a different business structure. But what we're going to do is you want to, whatever account you want to load this into, you want to go to the sub account and you want to click Manage Client. When we go into the settings here, now we need to load the snapshot. So I'm going to click here to load snapshot, and I'm going to look for the snapshot that I want to load. I can even just search Hey Levi, and you'll see that I have the Hey Levi. Okay, now this isn't the exact one. It's showing imported here because that's because I actually own one of the snapshots. So just search for the Hey Levi snapshot. Actually, let me see. Snapshot. Because it should be listed in here. You guys know how I get where I get so like stuck on something and then I can't figure out. Okay, we're just going to search for Hey Levi. You guys will get it. It's really the same thing. All right. So we're going to say proceed. Just make sure that yours says the snapshot Hey Levi. And then you'll see all of the different options available inside that snapshot. What you want to do is go ahead and either skip, which of course, if you skip them, it's not going to load. So you really want to go ahead and select all and proceed. And then it will tell you if there are any conflicts. If you wanted to see the conflicts, you could see this here. You could override, which really you would need to make sure that everything gets loaded. So if you have a lot of things here and you don't really know what they are, I would suggest creating a brand new account and loading this in so that you aren't skipping any important parts here. Okay. Now, of course, I don't need to load this in again because I already have it loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into the snapshot or into the sub account that the snapshot is loaded in. Now you can see here in the first step, we have a website. Okay. Now the website or the sales funnel, rather, it has 4 different steps here. So we have our home page, and this is of course designed to help you resell your own white label version of Hey Levi. So you can see it's a really nice website. And of course, all the copy was created with Hey Levi. So that's really nice. You also have the checkout page here. So let me just show you what that looks like. So of course, we need to create a product, and we're going to connect the product to this page. Also, we have the thank you page. So we want to make sure that when they purchase the product, we're sending them to this page here as soon as it loads. And then there is an onboarding page here, and it does have a video that is white labeled by the founders of Hey Levi. Okay, so that is the steps of the funnel. So let's go ahead and get this part set up. Okay, so let's go into the settings and let's go into domains. and we want to add or we want to connect a domain. So I'm going to click here, and here you can choose whether you want you want a root domain, like maybe you want to create one that says like, yeah, whatever you're calling your Hey Levi. I call mine AI coach. Don't call yours the same. That would be silly. But whatever name that you want to call it, maybe you want to buy a domain and call it that. Maybe you want to add a subdomain to your main root domain. For the example that we're going to use here, I'm just going to use this like extra domain that I have available just for this example. And what I'm going to do is just paste in the domain. So if I had a domain and I wanted to do like a subdomain, I could just do like maybe AI dot whatever my domain is. And then that would be a subdomain. If I want to add the root domain that doesn't have the something dot whatever my domain is, this is the root domain. So I need to connect that. And anytime that you're connecting a root domain to your funnel, you want to also address the www version, which is technically a subdomain. Okay, so root domains, you need to address both. Subdomains, you only need to address one. Okay, so HighLevel makes it really easy for us. So we're just going to type in that main root domain there. And then we're also going to toggle this on and say, yes, I do also want to address the www version. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And because I'm using Cloudflare, it makes it super, super simple to connect the domain because it actually adds the records for me. So you can see I'm logged into Cloudflare. It's going to say, do you want to add these records? I'm going to say yes. And then it's adding the records for me. And now we're just going to wait until it authorizes here. I do want to say hello to Charles and Ray and Frankie and Rick and Sam and Manolo. Thank you all so much for joining. Okay, so we're adding the records to the domain. And then when it finds the records, which it usually does take a few seconds, we're going to connect that to our sales funnel that I just showed you all the moving parts of. Okay, so now it's found the funnel, and you can see in the background here that is added the record for the www version, and you can see this little thing means that it's redirected. So you could see over here URL redirects, and then also we have the main root domain. So now I'm going to choose which funnel I want to connect this domain to. So I'm going to choose the funnel that we have, and then now I want to choose what step of this funnel. So where do I want them to go when they type in coaching business demo or they click on the link? Most of us are going to choose the home page, and you can also choose the 404 page. So if there was ever a broken link somewhere and you want to make sure that anywhere that broken link was, we're going to just direct them back to the home page. Okay. So let's go ahead and link that domain there. And then now we've connected our funnel to, or our domain to our funnel. And you can see, like I said over here, the URL redirects. What it's actually done is created this domain for you, or the subdomain, and then it's redirected all the pages. So basically, no matter where they go, they could type in the www version or the non-www version, and they will all route to the appropriate places. Okay, so all you need to do is worry about just connecting that domain, and then HighLevel makes the hard stuff easy. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to go back into our funnel, and you can see it's already connected here because that's what we just did. Okay, so I want to grab the link um, for the upsell page, which is my checkout. Okay, so we're going to grab the upsell link here. And if you guys ever see, like this has a bunch of numbers, like you can see this. We want to get rid of those numbers, okay? Because this, in publishing, this is what's going to show. So we want to make sure that that is what we want it to say. But if you ever notice any duplications, it's because here, this is the path of the page without a domain connected. Okay. So you may want to put like checkout, and it really can't be the same because that's why those numbers get created. So what I usually do is put like the page name and then hyphen page, and then it updates that so that you don't see those long, crazy numbers there. So now if I click here, you can see the URL is checkout. So let me go back up here. Oops, go back. Okay. And then if we click here again, you just see page. You don't see those long numbers there. Okay. I get that asked a lot. So what I want to do is I want to copy this and I want to copy the onboarding here. Or actually, I don't need that upsell. That this is I'm so sorry. I just told you the wrong thing. Okay. Um, the upsell thing is optional, okay? And I'll show you that in just a second. I know that you're probably confused about what I'm saying because I was looking at my notes and I just told you the wrong thing. So let me tell you the right thing. How does that sound? Okay. So I'm copying this because this is going to be added. This link is going to be added to the custom values. So now let's go into the settings and let's go to custom values because this is one of the really great things about High Level that we have custom values that make it super easy for us to get accounts set up. All right. Now, we've talked a lot about this before. You want to go ahead, come to the custom values. You'll see these here for Hey Levi. The ones that say AI Gen, you need to leave there. Do not do anything with this. This has to do with how the account is working. So make sure you and your clients do not touch these the AI Gen custom values. Okay, these need to be the same. Now, for the Hey Levi price, this is the price that you're going to make your Hey Levi. So, this is again totally up to you, whatever your business structure is. If you're just reselling Hey Levi, maybe you want this to be like $27 a month because you're upselling to all the other tools in your agency. Maybe you want this to be at the top tier and you have all kinds of other software and other solutions. And maybe you want this to be part of your $9.97 a month plan. Totally up to you, whatever you want that to be. But let's just say, for the sake of this training, $47 and update. Now the onboarding URL is that onboarding video that I told you about that I was copying the link that has that white label video there. So here's where we would put this. Okay. And if you have an upsell that you want to add to your account, this is where you want to put that upsell link. Okay. And then also, what is the name here? What is the name that you're giving your Hey Levi? Like, for example, mine is AI Coach. Again, don't steal my idea. But I call mine AI Coach. And what that's going to do is in all of the automations, it's going to update wherever it would say that to whatever you're calling it. Okay. And then also, the next step is the logo. And again, we've talked about that before, where you need to grab the link to your logo. And that's really easy to do. You just come over to media storage, you upload your logo, and then let's see if there's images in here. So if this was my logo, I would upload it and then just click on the three dots there, get the link, and then I would come back to my custom values, and then I would paste that here. Okay. And then that's going to update the website and all of the automations to make sure that my logo is on the website, or your logo rather. Okay. Now, the next step is we need to create the products. Okay. So you want to go to products and you want to click create product. And now you're going to create whatever product you want your version of Hey Levi. So let's say Hey Levi brand, whatever you're going to call it. And then, of course, you write a description. You can, and if you wanted to, like, do some more advanced things, you can check that out and add tax codes and all these things. But the main thing that you want to do is, of course, reoccurring. And if we said $47, then we would say $47 there. You could choose to add a free trial if you want to. Again, more customizations, but really you just want to make sure that you're creating that product and choosing your price and make sure that it is reoccurring. Okay. So then we would save. And then now when we are in our automations here, you'll see that there are two automations. So when the purchase is being made, okay, and so you'll see that this starts with the order form in the funnel, okay? But if you are adding this to one of your packages, you could easily send like in the workflow, you could send to this workflow if you want to, or if you're just using that order form and they're just purchasing the product, then of course you're going to just say in this funnel, and then you don't really have to connect the product or anything. So there's really nothing that you have to do here, but you definitely do want to take note. This is where it's going to say whatever, welcome to whatever you have called it, and that's going to be filled in from the custom values. And then you'll also see there is the link for your onboarding in the next workflow. You'll also see here when a purchase is being made that an internal notification goes to you and it tells you how you can adjust the settings and all of that, whether you're doing it automated or you're doing it manually. And that, of course, depends on your plan. Here in the onboarding, here is where it's going to, once the account's created, you want to send them the onboarding video, and you'll see this is what links to the custom value where you put that onboarding URL. Okay. So make sure that you understand, of course, the process and everything. This is incredible value to your existing HighLevel clients or new clients. It's also a great lead magnet for other services and even your full suite of tools within HighLevel. All right, we are live. So, welcome everyone. I am Bridget Bartlett. Today, I am so super excited to have Bayant Singh and Ruheen Jara. So excited to pronounce their names correctly. I've said this before, it's so important to me. Anyway, so thank you all so much for joining me. Today is our normal weekly group coaching session, but this week we've actually talked about Hey Levi, the ability to white label Hey Levi, how we can use this to create a brand profile, how much time this saves us. And one of the things that I love about Hey Levi, because everybody asks me, well, what makes it different from every other AI tool? But I love the simplicity of it for the end user who's maybe not the techie person like we are, but the ability to generate that brand profile and not just even use it in Hey Levi, but use it in ChatGPT or any other AI tools that require you to train the AI, because obviously we want great trained AI to create great output. And so Hey Levi makes that really easy. And what's super cool is we can white label it and add it to our HighLevel account. So welcome, Bayant and Ruheen. Thank you so much for joining me. I do want to, before we get started, I do want to show everyone how you can join, how you can get logged in here. And I just lost here we go. Let me share my screen here. All right, so if you are a new member or you want to join, of course, you can go to myvisionagency.com. You can choose to join using the tools only, or you can choose our software reseller program. If you're a client, you want to log in here. If you're an agency, you want to log in here. Regardless if you're logging into the dashboard or our community, it's the same area. So to get access to our weekly group coaching sessions, you want to click here, log in with your membership email address, and then you'll get access to the Zoom meeting. So you do have to be a visionary reseller to get access to the weekly group coaching session. If you've missed any of the training this week, we've gone over all these things with Hey Levi. All you need to do is just click on Hey Levi here in the left-hand channel, and then you'll find all of that training here, as well as our meeting today. So thank you so much again for joining us, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Bridget. I love how you showcased that and how organized that screen was with all the different updates and coaching sessions. That was beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? It's so cool, and I love being an affiliate. I know I spoke on stage with Bayant last year at the HighLevel Summit, and I do want to call out Raheem because she is going to be speaking at the HighLevel Summit this year. So if you guys are going, rock stars there. But I love being the affiliate because as I teach white label software reselling, I don't want to just say, look how cool this AI coach is. I want to say, oh my gosh, you guys, look how cool Hey Levi is and how you can white label this and add it to your HighLevel account. That's so much more fun for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think that's the best part about Hey Levi, right? It's built for agencies to stand up a product that helps them differentiate themselves from bunch of the other high level folks that are selling the same thing, right? It's another tool that differentiates you very well, and it does a great job at being that amazing tool and setting you apart. Especially when we were talking about the brand profile earlier. You had mentioned the product starts with the brand positioning guide as the core, where you're able to go in, literally answer 4 questions in there, and now it learns about what you do best, what do you stand against in terms of your competitors, and what do you want your customers to do when they come there. From those 4 questions, it formulates your pain points, your elevator pitch, your avatar. It personifies your avatar as well, so that now you know exactly what your customers, your potential customers, are thinking about, and it gives you the ideas of how to talk to them. It goes further, adding on identity pillars, value propositions as well, which then going forward, if I'm skipping ahead a little bit, now anytime you want to go back and create content for whether it's nurture sequences, social media posts, lead magnets, it's literally just 1 or 2 clicks, 1 sentence written in. You don't have to train it on the whole brand thing ever again, or your product or service. Once those 2 pieces are in, now you're able to just write as much content as you want, and literally in just minutes. And we can even showcase that here in a little bit with Raheen, um,
You know,
to
I
show you the power of that.
Yeah, I would love for her to show that because I'm sure she knows much more than I do, even at that point. But I think that to really appreciate the value of what you just said, you have to go through the painstaking process of trying to create
Yes.
this yourself. Or here's the other thing, because I love that we could generate it and then just use that report. Because what I used to do before Hey Levi was use ChatGPT, and then you go through this whole process of training it with all of your business information. And I am not kidding you. One time something happened to that thread and it said error, and I had to like create a new thread, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, I have to do this all over again." So I love that so much. I can't explain. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, that
Actually,
that's
just to jump in there, Bridget, you said exactly what I was going to jump in and say, that you have to go through the pain of doing this in ChatGPT to really understand how much time you're getting back in your life. That was a painful story when you lose the entire thread. But even if you don't lose the thread, if you want to change something, like your business evolves, your customers evolve, your market changes, and if you want to change some context, now trying to educate the chat, your ChatGPT, and update the conversation when you don't really remember what it is that you've said before. You have to scroll up, find that thing. It's a whole can of worms, and I just see so many people spending hours on it. So yeah, that's really where the core value of the app comes in, and what you can provide to your customers as a white label agency, where you can just take that pain away from them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, on the losing the content part, just a few days ago, right before our official launch of Hey Levi to the public, me and Raheen were on the computer inside HighLevel updating funnels and updating some of the content in there, right? And for whatever reason, it would not save everything we wrote in there. And then it took us several tries, and man, that pain of, oh no, if we lose this thing was just insane. So that same pain you're going into ChatGPT and having to lose that content, versus in Hey Levi, once it's there, it's there. Now you never have to train your brand again, right? You're comfortable, you're confident, knowing that every time you want to go out, even with just minutes to spare, you want to go out and write something, maybe a quick social post, or any other content in there, you can quickly do that with just a handful of minutes, without having to tell it what to do, what your brand does, what your unique value propositions are. Maybe, Ruheen, if you have it pulled up in front of you, we should actually show that, so that we can drive home the point of how easy it is to utilize the software.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm actually going to pull up this example account here. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, I see it.
Yep.
So this is a little example for a make-believe. I think it's a make-believe. Somebody on our team actually put this together. So it's a grocery store, sorry, not grocery store, non-grocery store green tea brand. So this, when you log into Hey Levi, the first thing you'll see is your brand once you've created it. If you haven't yet created it, it will prompt you to do that first. But this is kind of what your brand positioning guide looks like. So it gives you, and this is, let me show you actually, before I show you everything, let me show you what you're going to input to make the AI give you all of this back, and you'll see how simple it is and non-complicated. So you put in your brand name here, who your target audience is. Again, it doesn't have to be the super dialed in customer avatar, just a one-liner, quick description of who you serve. This is an optional tone of voice. Once you select this here, this is going to apply to every single piece of content that you create in the app. And then these 4 questions really are the only place where you have to do a little bit of thinking to really understand, to identify and to tell the AI, what does your brand do for your audience? And again, this is going to be for each of your customers as well. You just let them know to fill out this quick thing. And then the AI basically takes over from there. So you tell the AI what your brand does. Again, you can see we're not going into paragraphs here. Just a simple line or two is good enough. What do you stand against as a brand? What are some of the other gurus in your industry preaching, and that that's not going to get your customers actual results. That's the kind of stuff that you would put in here. One thing that you do best that your competitors don't right now. So what sets you apart? Again, the AI is going to help you dial this in, but just whatever comes to mind, you just put that in here. And then of course, an action that you want them to take. This is going to translate more into your website. But that's all you feed into the AI, and then it does everything else for you. So what it spits out for you and what you can edit is your entire brand narrative. So who your customer avatar is at a brand level. This gets much more dialed in at the product level once you start building in all of your products and services. But your customer avatar, what their main pain point is, what your brand's positioning is, how you can actually help this customer. The solution, so it's usually like a 3-step solution to make it super easy. Again, a lot of this will translate into your website copy if you generate it through the app. And what the risk of inaction is, right? And this is also something that, apart from just your website, if you have this as your source of truth and you have multiple people on your team, or even if it's just you and you're getting on a sales call, when objections come up, when people ask you about how are you different from X, Y, and Z, how is your agency different from the next high-level agency down the road that's maybe offering me exactly what you're offering me for 50% off? This is a great resource to have in front of you to quickly remind yourself of what some of those differentiating factors are, right? So some of this, it gives you your elevator pitch here. So again, if you need to just quickly explain what it is that you do and how you can help this customer, that lives right on top. And it's also a great way to have your entire team give the same answer, because really what you want is consistency, right? When you talk about your brand, what you do for your customer, who you serve, you want that to be consistent. You don't want your salesperson saying something, your marketing person saying something else, and and confusing your customer basically. Apart from that, it also dials in your value propositions for you, gives you taglines that you can use in all of your marketing material based on those value props, what some of your colors should be for your brand. So this is a full end-to-end guide. And with the colors, it doesn't just tell you what you'll get from like a Google search, like what does this color mean? It'll actually tell you for your specific customer avatar what this color is going to mean to them, right? Not just what it means in general. And then you also have products and services. So once you have your products and services created, it will segment your audience, dial in these customer avatars, make them really, really detailed. So you can see this is a lot more detailed than your customer avatar on the brand level. And there's a reason for that. Because these are, again, dialed in customer avatars that you are not going to be super specific with, especially when you're coming up with sales language. Your marketing language can be a little bit more broad. Sales language needs to really be targeted to the person that you're speaking with, right? So it gives you, demographics and pain points, which a lot of us marketers talk about already. But some of the things that you don't commonly see are, what are their core motivators? What is their inner dialogue? What is their decision-making process? What makes them them, so that you can really reach them and resonate with them on a much deeper level than just knowing what their pain points are, right? If you have a URL, or even if you don't, the AI will help you like record all of your the pain points that your offer sells, offer addresses, I mean. So all the pain points that you solve, the features of your offer, your product or service, and the benefits of those features, right? And then it will take all of that, and this is really where the gold is for your sales language, whether that's a sales call or whether you're creating sales copy. It dials in what I like to refer to as who cares and why. A lot of people will talk about their value props as this is what I offer. This is the feature that I have that nobody else has, right? I offer more coaching calls than anybody else. It's just a random example. But what does that really mean? Like, who cares about that extra coaching call and why, right? If you can answer that specifically and quickly, you win those sales conversations so much easier, because that's the conversation that your customers are having, right? Like, do I really care about what this person is selling me right now? And why can I not just go to somebody else who's going to give me this for cheaper? And that's where your value comes in. So the AI basically dials in your value proposition mapping, which means for each of your target segments, now not just your entire audience, but for each of your customer avatars, each of your market segments, who cares about the value that you provide and why? And this is all recorded for you here. Again, this is a great resource for your sales calls, handling sales objections. And also this is what's going to get pulled into your sales copy when you create it through the app without having to tell the AI over and over again what the context is. And then, of course, we have all of these different copy modules, but as a quick example to show you how easy copy generation then becomes once all of this lives in the app. Now, let's say I want to send out a quick email with a promo, right? A quick promo email. I can simply select one of my products that I've already got in the app so that the AI knows which product and which positioning we're using. I can pull in my target audience. In this case, it's just my brand level audience that it's pulled in and segmented at the product level. And then here are my 3 personas. So I can pick, do I want to is this email meant for my general customer avatar, or is this for a segmented, very specific customer avatar? So for example, let's say I want to go with Michael, right? So I can see here on the right, I can see all the details about him because I'm not going to remember who Michael is necessarily. And at the bottom, I can also see engagement strategies. So if there is something that I want to say in this promotional email, the AI is going to quickly remind me how I can engage with this person as I'm dialing this email in, right? So I'm just going to select that. It already knows everything about it, again, about my product. My entire product details, everything has been pulled in here. I can edit this if there's a special offer that is only for this email. If there's a specific holiday that's coming up and there's a promo Labor Day sale or something, or I can just leave that blank. And then I just hit next. So I didn't do any typing at this stage at all to generate my copy. I just selected a few options and now it's just doing everything for me. And there, so now it knows my brand voice, it knows everything that makes my brand unique, it knows everything about my offer and what makes that unique, it knows everything about the customer avatar that I'm targeting, it just knows all of that. And now with just a few clicks, it's created this very human sounding email that is going to sound like what I've trained it at the brand level.
Yeah, so this is what the app does in a nutshell, right? You set up the brand positioning guide, you set up your product. And then thereafter, whenever you go in, now those 2 things are set up. You can go in anytime and create any new content, just like we've created this email. And you have to do little thinking and little telling for it to generate content. Look, we understand and we understood really well for being in business for a number of years that we weren't taught copywriting in school. We weren't taught how to speak to our customers in marketing speak so that we can engage them really well, right? And we know that majority of the business owners out there feel the same exact way. They have the same exact problems as well, which is why there's the job description of a copywriter. You go hire them and do that. But they could be very expensive as well, depending on what you're hiring them for. So this app makes that super easy. It empowers our day-to-day business owners and lets them generate the content they need to generate to keep their business moving forward and not have to rely on a copywriter filling out these long product briefs or copy briefs telling them everything about their business and how they're different, right? They don't have the time to sit down. We don't have the time to sit down and think about all of that. We want someone to do that for us. If we did, we would just do it. right? Because we don't, that's where this app comes in. Now you can write an email really, really fast. You can put out a social post within just minutes, just like Ruhin showed us here. And you can create a number of months of content in using something like a nurture sequence or lead nurture sequence. There are the social media posts where it creates bulk content in just a single 1 or 2 clicks for you. That way you can have a nurture sequence that follows up for 3 months. You can have blog social media posts that go out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, number of, depending on however many you generate, right? And it makes generating that content extremely easy and super fast.
You know, I have to say, one of the things I absolutely love about the email thing is because I love to provide resources for my members. They can all attest to this. I love to provide that for them because I know that the learning curve is an obstacle. And so I want to make, break down the barriers for them. But the thing is, when you're like a coach and you don't have a specific niche, right? I can't just create a email sequence that's universal for everyone. I just can't do that because everyone has different businesses and different ways that they're using HighLevel. But I love that we can provide a tool like this so that they're still getting over that hump or that barrier of like, I don't know copywriting. I don't know how to write. What do I even write? They can get past that barrier without us having to create this for them or creating a semi-universal, maybe not so converting generic email sequence, and then them having to go through and edit and do all this to make it their own. So I love that.
Yeah, one of the great things about the lead nurture sequencing here is as well is that it's designed in a educational knowledge first format where it's not salesy or pushy. It attempts to educate your buyers, your prospects, so that they can make a knowledgeable decision. And being in business for a number of years, we all can agree, we all know that your customers that make a knowledgeable and educated decision are the best type of customers, right? They stick around with you for a much longer time versus an impulsive buyer or someone who bought out of FOMO of just purely missing out a deal or something of that nature. And when they make an educated decision and they understand what your product does and the problem it solves for them, the solution it provides for them, they're going to pay more attention to that product or service, and they're going to take it for a longer run to make sure that it's actually able to produce what it needs to produce versus someone taking something up. Let's just use trial as an example. Taking it on trial, get in there quickly, don't understand what the heck it does. Now let's cancel, right? That's how we lose conversions. But now if you're educating them on your product, in service, and they're making that decision through the knowledge that they've learned through one of these lead nurture sequences, they're more likely to stick with you for a longer period of time. And that's exactly how this lead nurture sequence is built out. It does have call to actions in there as well, but every few emails, it actually asks you to, hey, if you're ready to sign up or you're looking for, the problem, if you're looking to solve the problem that our business solves, whatever the call to action may be, it inserts that in there, lets them take action from there. And I think Ruhin's doing exactly that. She's generating 14 emails right now while I was talking, and she is on 14 out of 14 to generate, and we're gonna view just that quickly, right? She I think, did you type in the topic to this one, Ruhin?
Yeah, I did. And so let me show you that part because this one requires one line of typing, unlike the previous one we looked at. So this is actually generating your entire 14. And the reason we have 14 is because we encourage you not to create content for more than a quarter at a time. I know it sounds good in theory to create a year's worth of content, but things are changing so quickly. Your market is changing so quickly. If you're not refreshing your content at least every quarter, you risk just sounding very outdated. So that's personally how we do it, although you could do this 4 times and just have your entire year's worth of content as well, if that is something that has worked for you. But in this example, basically I picked Emma, so I picked a different customer avatar here. And at the bottom, of course, it does cut off because some of these are really long. And so you do, if you really want to dive in and see the whole card, you'll have to go back to the product level. But on the right, I can see that to engage her, she cares about the authenticity of her green tea. And if you look at the whole card, this is this customer avatar's main concern is the authenticity of her foods and her drink and her teas. So I just took that and wrote down a topic here for my 14 emails, which is how the authenticity of your green tea impacts your health, because I know that this is going to resonate with this customer avatar based on what the AI has already told me. And that's really all I typed out. And then when I went next, now it's going to educate her and build that relationship for the first few emails on the authenticity of green tea and why that matters and how that impacts your health before asking for a sale. So we can read through some of these just to kind of show you what Bant was talking about here. So, why doesn't green tea just do the trick? Because it matters. The authenticity of your green tea matters more than you might think. Most green teas in the market are mass produced, losing their purity and health benefits along the way. You end up with a tea that's more about quantity than quality. And if you're like a health conscious person in any way, even if you don't drink green tea, I drink coffee, but like this already resonates with me, right? Because if something is mass produced, that's right, it's probably not going to be as authentic and pure and good for my body as I want it to be, or as I've convinced myself. So if I'm this customer avatar, this is going to resonate with me, and hopefully you guys can see that, where it's not about your product, it's not about what you're trying to sell them, you're just trying to have a conversation with them. So it's just, giving them a quick tip, look for single origin teas. So instead of looking at grocery stores where this is all mass produced, look for single origin teas. These come from one location. So it basically explains why this is important. And then just gives them like an extra tip in the PS, because we know that's what keeps the conversation going. As marketers, we know that that's best practice. So it does all of that for you. And then the next few emails are going to be more like building on that topic. So it builds on the previous email. There aren't just 14 disjointed emails. So, it's going to build on that topic, not repeat itself, not already share a tip that is already shared, before it starts to kind of ask for a sale every once in a while, right? So like, so this is the first call to action. So email number 4, it's finally saying, why don't you order a free sample, right? Like start there. So again, it's just building on itself over the course of the 14 emails.
Yeah, one of the
sorry,
go ahead, Bridget.
I was just going to ask, what type of like training for the AI do you guys input on the back end, like behind the scenes? What's happening back there?
Well, we have, if anyone's familiar with the different kinds of prompting, we have things like chained prompting and very advanced level tree of thought prompting, all done in the back end. So we have over 130 prompts at this point and growing. All of that is working on the back end with the information that you're inputting through the app's UI, through the user interface, to tell it details about your brand, but then it has reference to over 60 marketing and sales frameworks, to NLP frameworks for more of your sales language. And like I said, over 130 prompts. So all of that is what's going on in the back end to produce all of this for you.
So to help you understand what Ruhin just said in a simpler format, you don't have to become a prompt engineer. We've done that for you, and it's going to produce content based on proven methods, proven marketing frameworks that are utilized publicly and have been popularized by several of the big names out there that are using them in their regular marketing basis. So you don't have to go out and learn those and what they are. You simply come in here, tell it about your brand, about your product, and get writing copy, which is all what we want to do so we can get more customers coming into our doors.
Yeah, so all you guys have to do, if you just don't want to sign up for Hey Levi, you just have to go be an expert in like 60 different marketing strategies and create these prompts and chat GPT. That's all you have to do, you guys. So in a few years, in a few years, you'll be there. Or you could just sign up for Hey Levi.
There we go. That's the best way you can present that product during
Keeping
that.
it real.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, only a couple of years of education and learning and being in the weeds, and by then it'll all change in anyways, right?
Right, right.
So a couple more years of education thereafter, and you'll finally be
Actually,
writing your first email copy.
actually, what you just said there really quickly is really important because I see a lot of folks have these Google Docs. They have like 20, 25, 30 pages of prompts that they've been collecting from all these different sources. And then you go to like in-person conferences and somebody will show a slide of how to like what's their favorite prompt and everyone's taking a picture. And you go home and you find that that isn't working for you. And there's so many different reasons, right? Why somebody else's prompt just isn't going to work for you unless it's built to take in specific information from you and work for you. And the reason for that is without the context that we've been talking about, the AI has no way of producing the same thing that it produced for someone else, gave them a great output. It doesn't necessarily have the same context in your business. And also, every time OpenAI updates their models, so when like GPT-4o came out, it was completely different from GPT-4, and we had to go in and update and test and update over and over again all 130 prompts that we have. Because we have a team doing it, right? And so we understand that that gets really difficult for somebody who's trying to do this on their own and keep up with all of the updates, all of the new models. If there's just little tweaks will change things. I mean, I'm in these AI groups where they're talking about, hey, ChatGPT was giving me this great stuff like last month. I'm still using 4.0. I was using 4.0 last month. I'm still using 4.0, but something's changed. It's just not giving me the same stuff anymore. And this is why.
Yeah, so you don't have to keep up with trying to learn all the models that the LLMs are releasing. They're all being taken care of it for you.
I did want to say, you guys who are watching and here in the meeting, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand and then we'll definitely get to you. I absolutely love what you guys are doing. Do you have any plans of doing like a white label? I know you have a standalone, but do you have any plans of doing the white label standalone?
The white label standalone, at least not at this time, and I don't see us necessarily going down that direction anytime soon. There, unless there's a very compelling reason why that should be the way. We're definitely open. We're always ears and eyes open to listen to the feedback and do what our customers want and like and need to succeed. But we do have the white label within the HighLevel that you can create, and it goes right into right inside your HighLevel. And now that HighLevel's announced the newer MAP policy, the minimum advertised policy, and they've allowed you to remove all locked features as well. You can you're basically just using the skin of HighLevel, and you're essentially fully white labeled in exact manner you would be otherwise.
I love the idea, especially, because we're all high level agency owners. I love the idea of having our high level agency and then using these types of third party tools as like lead magnets or like,
Yeah.
in our value ladder so that we can upsell to other tools, other services, and all of that. So I love that. Tony, you had a question?
Yeah, thank you, Bridget.
Uh,
I don't know if I missed it, but I wanted to ask, could we do that in different languages? Could we produce that in different languages? I don't know if I missed that portion or no.
We
Yeah.
didn't talk about that, but yeah, so your output can be in all of these different languages that OpenAI supports right now, since that's the only AI that we're using, only LLM that we're using. We are going to be using other ones soon as well. But really it's whatever language that they support. So there's a whole ton of languages in here. I will say that there are some languages like Spanish that we've been told by our Spanish-speaking customers work exceptionally well. Whereas something like Greek, it's a little bit of a hit or miss. It doesn't always, I mean, we still have quite a handful of Greek customers using them and loving it. But we do hear every once in a while that it will say something that doesn't quite make sense in that language. So some languages, Spanish, apparently it works really well.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Keith, you had a question?
I won't bug you about pizza today, but if you guys use lead scoring in your version of HighLevel, mine should be about 1,000 because I've been watching and I think it's all great. You answered the majority of my question about what the value proposition you're offering agencies is in terms of keeping up with the prompt engineering and I think you mentioned prompt chains, and that you are in fact following up with each additional new version. Do you use more than OpenAI, or that's probably too complicated? You stick with the one?
Yeah, at this time we don't. Ruhin just mentioned a few seconds ago that we do have plans to bring in others to expand capabilities. At this time, it's just OpenAI.
Okay.
The Claude will be the next one that we integrate with.
Fantastic. And then, I think I'm caught up pretty much to where you are at this point. Is there anything else about where you're moving forward that you can share with us now that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so the main idea is for us to continue to empower business owners, the end users, your customers and yourself, to make copywriting extremely and exceptionally easy for them. Right now, we're confident in saying that we're the fastest app that writes copy on brand and understands your content without you having to tell it and remind it over and over again what it does. And we're going to continue moving forward towards that direction. There will be more modules released, a business plan module, a marketing plan module, and several other things in that nature where your users are going to want to come back constantly to the app and see where they are in their journey and what should they be writing about next. Along with that, Ruhina, is there anything else that you want to add to that?
No, just one thing that I wanted to add to, actually, I said no and then I said yes, sorry. But yes. I know Bant just talked about like how fast we write copy. I do personally, I think of the how fast we write copy as a side effect. Because Paulson had asked me a couple of months ago, what would you say, like, everyone's talking about conversation AI, content AI, what would you say Hey Levi is? And I said it's a strategy AI, right? Because it leads from strategy. So everything, our roadmap, and once you sign up, you get access to the whole roadmap, and we love having ideas shared by our customers. We want to hear what you guys need in the app and what you want to see. And so we have a pretty robust roadmap and wish list already that we are working on. But really the way we pick, apart from, what the most upvoted feature is, just like HighLevel does, where we really look for our ideas that align with this idea of strategy first. So anything like Beth mentioned, your business plan, we're going to be, looking at more ways of how you can bring in what your customers are actually saying into your customer avatars, things like that. Everything that's going to align with a strategy first approach is our North Star. So with that comes faster copy because you're not constantly adding that additional context. And so that's a nice little side effect that you get with that.
That all sounds fantastic and incredible. In a nutshell, to help me understand, you're using copywriting styles and techniques and best practices, AI prompt best practices and skill to manipulate and test the recipe over and over to allow for the best quality copywriting to pop out for the individual, for the plumber or whomever. Is
Correct.
that pretty much it? Okay.
Correct.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can put
Yeah,
my
and
100%.
Yeah, and the attempt is that we want it to be on brand every single time, instead of them having to tell it what to do.
Fantastic. Thank you.
That's so helpful too, because I know it is so annoying I love AI, but it's so annoying to like generate this whole blog post or whatever you're creating. And then it's like you spend twice as much time just going back and editing it all to make it like on brand and on point. So that's really, I think, where Hey Levi just excels among
Yeah.
most other AI
You
tools for sure.
you can actually use the app on a day-to-day basis. Just to give you an example, I use it personally on a day-to-day basis as well. Our team sent out an email to a few of our customers where we had a mistake, and I needed to now write an apology message to them. I literally went inside the the app, told the app what I needed to write. It brought in information from our brand and our values, and it wrote me a perfect apology message that I did not edit a single word except for added my name at the end and sent it off. And it was exactly what I would if I had the time to sit down and think about and write it. It was very similar to something I would have written for our customers, and it did that, and we sent it off, and it was perfect. Got a great response to those that had received that original email.
You know, that's such a good point because I think a lot of times, like with emails like that, we like sit there and we think, how do I word this? And I want to relay this the correct way. And then it's like you're thinking so much about that, but it's so nice to just be able to put that in there and then have like, and way less time than having to write it yourself, basically someone else that's saying, let me just get this for you. And then they
Yeah.
put in all the fluff and make it sound all nice. And if it's me, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I screwed up. Sorry. Here's how you fix it.
That's right. Right. Yeah, it can sound professional. So the tone of voice we use for Extendly is professional, enthusiastic, and casual. Right. We want to sound enthusiastic, but at the same time, more conversational and professional as well. So it does a great job listening to that tone of voice and writing appropriately. So there were some jokes in there, because we were talking about a mistake to kind of lighten the mood. And there was still a professionally written email at the end as well.
That's so awesome. Charles, you had a question?
Yeah. So, and I really, it's funny. I saw one of the videos that you guys did in the beginning. It was a like an hour-long video on the product, and I'm still really impressed by it. I love the fact that it can spit out um very quickly and on brand, as you all have been saying, copy that helps move the needle. One of the things, and I might be a little foggy on this, when you're feeding it information, I believe that it can scrape like your websites and stuff like that.
Yep.
And what my question is, a lot of, especially in what I'm doing now, I have a lot of video content. So then how does that work? Do I need to have that what's the word, like transcribed and input in, or how does that work?
That's a
You
great
can.
question.
Yeah. I don't think we extract from videos or transcribe from videos
Okay.
directly at this time, right?
We don't. You will need to transcribe them. But since you're asking, a direction that we are going over the next couple of months is you being able to upload all of this information. So once you have your transcriptions, to add more context to your version of the AI, so your account, so that it can also not just use all the information that it's using right now, which it's mostly generating for you, but it can actually use information that you provided specifically, and one of those things is your video transcriptions.
Okay. So and like that, for me, that's been a little bit of apprehension. And I apologize because I'm clearly not the smartest guy in the room. So how do I, with a lot of video content, feed that in? What's the best way for me to do it?
Yeah. So
Transcribe it, I get that, and then put it where? Or you're saying I can't do that at this time?
Correct.
right.
You can't do it at this
Okay.
time.
Yeah, at this time, so that's a feature that we'll be releasing in the future. At this time, you can still transcribe it and maybe use pieces of it to tell the app some of the items that you wanted to know, but you can't store it at this time.
Okay.
Oh, that is such a great suggestion, Charles, though, because for those of us who put out massive video
Right.
content,
Yeah.
it would be so cool to go in there and be like, I'm going to update you on today's training. Can you just write an email about this video and then send it to my list?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Uh,
There's another cool feature in the app that we haven't talked about. It's called Brainstorm AI. And the coolest part about this is it feels just like ChatGPT, as if you would go there and talk to ChatGPT, but you can brainstorm any amount of ideas. Tell the app, I want to come up with these type of ideas or that type of ideas, and I'll give you suggestions there. And there's an additional little hidden piece. It's the little microphone that's flashing there. You can talk to it. You don't have to type either. You can talk to it, so you can speak to the app, and then once it's done, it'll speak back to you what the ideas are that it came out with.
Yeah, that's super cool. You can even choose the language or the voice that it like reads
Yes.
back to. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
you can choose that as well. Yeah.
Manolo, you have a question?
Actually, I have more than a question. I have two or three. Number one, uh, you mentioned that it works in different languages, and especially in Spanish. Obviously, you can tell I'm interested in Spanish, but how does it change languages? Is it based on the browser? Do you have to tell, HighLevel to switch to Spanish, or is it your app, your platform independently?
Yeah, so let me help you understand that. So the content of the app that it outputs, that you ask for it to write, for example, an email or lead nurture sequence, it can write that in that language that you choose. The app itself doesn't translate, at least yet, to the different languages. So the menus, the headings, all of that still stays in English, at least for the time being. But the content that it outputs, that could be in Spanish or any other language.
And the content that you input. So whenever you're inputting anything like your brand guide and all of that can be in Spanish.
Yes. So do I have to, in ChatGPT, I have to tell and give me the answer in Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to do the same with your app, or will default to that? I mean,
So
either way, I could use it. There's no question about it. I just
yeah.
wanted to see.
Yeah, so when you are building out your brand guide, you will pick your language right here. So that's the first thing you do in the app is you create your brand guide. And the
Mhm.
first thing you do with your brand guide is pick, it defaults to English, but if you change this to whatever language, so wherever Spanish is,
Are you
S,
sharing?
right there. What was that?
Are you sharing?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can see it. I can see your screen.
yeah, you can, right?
I can see you, but I mean the screen that you go into.
Yeah, you don't see my screen?
No, it could be my fault because
You might need to change your Zoom, the view of your Zoom room.
yeah.
Yeah, essentially though, no, what Ruheen is showing is that on the very top of every single section, there's a language drop down. You can individually select from that, or when you build your brand positioning guide, since that's the first thing the app asks you to do, you can tell it which language, and then any other content you create, it'll automatically default to that language. So you
Okay.
won't have to constantly be changing every single time.
Yeah,
Okay.
so basically, I mean,
And I say white label type thing. Uh, if I offer your product to, I mean, if I buy the unlimited package, that's where we want to go that way. My sub accounts would get it in that language. Am I right?
your sub accounts will need to create their brand positioning guide first. So as long as they create their brand positioning guide in Spanish and save Spanish. So I didn't recreate the brand guide that we have in this account, but all I did was change the language at my brand level. And now in every module, it's going to default to that language.
Excellent, excellent. Question number two. Brent,
Mhm.
when are you gonna do this for us about Stanley? When I was in Dallas, I talked to you guys and there was no support in Spanish and onboarding in Spanish. And I found out that now you have it available. I mean, just
For
we're
Stanley?
talking about something else right now, but I want to make sure eventually you meet with us and tell us about what you have when it comes to Stanley.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're likely referring to Extendly's services.
That's correct.
And yes, we do have that available.
Okay. And another thing, I do like, High Levi like everyone else here. I mean, it's pretty outstanding. It's pretty unique, and it makes everything easier. And everything I looked into Stanley, I like it a lot too. Now, I don't have the sub accounts right now to go Bolt and Stanley, but I'm hoping to, of course. But since you guys are kind of together, Stanley and Hi Levi, what if somebody decides to go with both packages? Will get like a special price, a special offer? I mean, I'm just asking because why not?
Yeah.
Not on the price. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly answer this, but I think the biggest advantage of getting them together is that your sub accounts get white label support through Extendly in that case, because Extendly
Correct.
is supporting your sub accounts and your customers. So that's the big value add that you would get.
All right. I appreciate it. I do hope to see you guys talk about Stanley eventually, of course. Bridget will set that up if it's necessary. Thank you.
Yeah,
Nola's
perhaps another time. Yeah.
Nola's my
Thank you.
manager. He takes care of all that. And Bea, you're welcome to come back and talk about Extendly anytime you want to.
Fantastic. Thank you for the invite, Bridget. Appreciate that.
Of course. Let's see, Ray, you have a question?
It's mainly curiosity because, you know, this fad, people say, with AI is a growing thing, and it's experiencing tremendous growth. But have you encountered mistakes that AI makes? You said you're using ChatGPT. Is that the engine you're using?
OpenAI, yeah.
OpenAI, okay, yeah.
For ChatGPT.
And so mistakes with that engine have been pointed out, and you know, a few companies have actually not read what they publish, and then when they do publish it, it's catastrophic. So have you come up? I guess the one caveat is whenever you get it ready and you put it in, you need to read the feedback and read every word of what comes. You can't just say, well, AI did it for me, here it is. And so, you know, the burden is on the owner to confirm it.
Yeah. So,
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, next question. You just go ahead. What did you want to say?
Oh, I was just going to say that I think what you're referring to is like a plagiarism checker. And that we don't have built into the app just yet. It is an idea that has been floated to us by a few customers, so we are looking into it. That being said, we had a customer a couple of weeks ago tell me that they do a lot of blog writing for their customers, and they've been using Hey Levi pretty extensively. They used to use Jasper. One of the key reasons they moved over to Hey Levi is because when they ran it through their own plagiarism checker, which is a third-party tool, they found that the content that was coming back from Jasper was consistently at about 30%. And I'm not going to validate this because I haven't done the test myself in full transparency, but this is just what a customer of ours told us who is doing this actively for their own customers. But when they run Hey Levi's content through it, they've seen it always be at around the 2 to 3% mark. Now, that is not something we've done, and we can't guarantee that. Just because we don't have control over the LLM. It is still OpenAI. Claude has more guardrails on their LLMs, which is another big reason we want to move towards that and provide that as an option. But that is really more on the LLM, and then you as the user to check on your end. We do everything that we can on the back end to minimize it. But again, it can't be a guarantee because we just don't have control over the LLM itself.
Great, that's a good answer. And it bears repeating that the client needs to read it and read it over and read it over and determine how accurate it is and make changes. The other question is just kind of fluff. Where did the word Hey Levi come from?
That was a lot of back and forth sessions.
A lot of late night brainstorming sessions. Hey Levi, well, first of all, it's an AI app, and what we really wanted to do is give it a name that suggested it was AI. And so we were like, what's the one thing that, you know, instantly makes us feel like, okay, this is an AI thing. It's, you know, hey Google, hey Siri, you know, it's the hey. And so we were like, that's what we should do, a hey name. I wish I had a cooler story, but this is the honest truth. This is where we came up with it. And then also we were like, okay, so hey, what name? And then we were like, let's just put a spin on HighLevel and make it Hey Levi. And so that's really where the name came from.
Oh, cute.
It's gone over my head. Where's Levi? What is Levi?
It's just a name that kind of rhymed with HighLevel. Hey Levi.
High level.
HighLevel.
Hi Levi.
Okay, it could have been Hey Louie or Hey Lawrence or Hey, you know.
They don't have these, but pretty much, yeah. It was the name that just sounded like it kind of high level. Hey Levi, it just kind of went together
Hey
with the
Luis.
LLV. Luis doesn't have a V, but yeah. So we just like how Levi and yeah.
Level.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
and
That
then
straightened it out.
I have a running joke with Rob and Alex from High Level. Turns out his son is named Hey Levi. So I keep telling him, hey, what's let me know when you have more kids and then you name them so I can use them for the next product that we build.
That's cool. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Tony, you have a question?
Yeah. Actually, you know, when it comes to like the LLMs, like none of them are secure. They're like all on the same playing field. So you just have to like, it doesn't matter what AI tool you use, they all have the same problem. So you just have to go into it already knowing that. My question is API keys. When you start adding the other LLM, are we going to be able to decide which model we want to use? Or that's one question. The second question is, do we have to use our own API keys?
If you're white labeling it, yes. And that was actually our very first version that we tested out in December 2022, I believe. Was didn't require your API key, and that was the number one request that we got from the agencies that were trying it out for us at the time, is that you guys wanted to use your API key so that there isn't like any sort of extra charge on it. We're not, what's the word for it? What's the word I'm looking for, Ben?
Rebilling?
Markup, yeah. So we're not
Okay.
marking up the raw usage costs, and so since you guys are selling to your customers. So the white label version, yes, will require your own API key. We haven't quite decided how we're going to do it with Claude, because again, in full transparency, the way we're approaching Claude is not the API key itself, because I think that's changed now. But Claude you had to jump through a lot of hoops to get an API key with them. It wasn't as straightforward and easy as OpenAI, and you have to like apply for it, and it took us a few months just to get approved for it. And we figured this was just going to be too difficult for you guys to have to do. And so the approach we're taking is AWS Bedrock, in case you've heard of that. But what that does is it brings a lot of different LLMs together
Right.
into one system. What we haven't quite figured out, and that's part of what we're working on right now, is how that end user experience for agencies is going to be, because in the standalone, they're going to be able to just switch between models without worrying about API keys or anything like that. But the agency experience, we're trying to make it as smooth and easy as possible. And that's the part we're trying to work out right now.
All right. That's pretty cool. That's a big task, man. Yeah.
Tony, aren't you so glad that they do all that for you? You just sign up for Hey Levi and then you just get all the benefits while they do all the hard work.
Man, let me tell you, I spend a lot of time setting Go High Level up, or if I'm using one of the other LLMs, just depending on what type of niche and business I'm in. Like seriously, and then what language I have to do it in. It's a whole thing. And that's only if it's text. If I want to do imaging, that's a whole other animal. This thing's awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Keith, you have a question?
Yeah, so just piggybacking on that a little bit, I haven't used AI that much or at all, really. So if I was optimistic and got the full white label package from you guys, but I wanted to use, I have multiple sub accounts from my own businesses. Do I need an API key? And I don't even know how much those are, or what kind of extra cost for myself is part one. And then part two, I guess you just mentioned that I would need to supply my customers with high level, if I added Hey Levi into it with an API key of my own. Is that right? And then I'm going to have to kind of gate how much they can use, or how does that work?
Yeah, so let me help you answer that. API key is free, by the way. You can go into OpenAI, open up an account, and get the key. OpenAI does require you to deposit $50 to utilize the API key, and then at that point you're able to use it for whatever usage, and you only need to apply. You only need one API key for your entire agency. Not every single sub account needs to get their own API key. So once that's there, you're good to go. In terms of usage, we've seen, at least on the back end on our system, we're able to see how much usage, which agencies, which customers, what are they writing. And on average, you're going to see an average user produce about $5 of content in a month in terms of usage. And now that's an average. On the higher end, you may have a $10, $15 bill on their usage. But what I'm trying to say is that the usage fees are so cheap these days with OpenAI, especially with the newer models, and they're continuing to optimize this. You're not necessarily worried about receiving huge bills for usage, and you can confidently offer someone an unlimited plan and know that they're not going to go over $10-15 for at the most.
Actually, I want to say something there. It's 100,000 words will cost you roughly $5. We've had sub accounts set to 100,000 word limit, and they don't even get to 50% of that. Most of them. Very rarely do they go over that. So we're talking per account. We're not saying $10-15. We're talking a couple of dollars per month per account on average.
Awesome. And then, so again, I haven't used this effectively yet, or I've only glanced at it, but within HighLevel, there's content generating AI and conversational AI capabilities. And I, loosely heard things that some of them are great, some of them aren't. Does all of the work we put into building our brand positioning and product positioning, can we input that into the chat bot as well to make that chat bot that much better an ambassador of our businesses?
You can copy and paste it in there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that it will have an effect. And then in terms is the content creation part within HighLevel, is that just extra that you don't need if you have Hey Levi?
Yeah, because the content AI in HighLevel has zero context on your business. So where conversation AI has the context that you feed it, content AI has zero. And so you would just replace it.
Does Hey Levi generate images as well?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but that's on the list, I'm inferring. And lastly, you guys have reached I was going to ask about where Hey Levi came from as well, because it occupies space in my brain. And I'm going to be honest, it's in the same level of Costanza for those of us old enough to have watched Seinfeld, where he branded himself as he just wanted people to think Costanza when people came in. So genius, I guess, is my compliment here. Even though I don't like it, I can't forget it, and it lives in my head. So good work on that.
Well, that's great feedback.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony, you have a question? We'll go ahead and get that, and then I'll go ahead and we'll spin the wheel and then call it a day.
Yeah. Back to the API key. If we use the OpenAI API key, do we have a choice of what model of the OpenAI we could use and hand out per client? Because there may be a client that doesn't need to use the 4.0. They could get away with the 3.
So you can. We don't recommend it because OpenAI is, their models are getting better and cheaper. So there's no reason to encourage anyone to use an older model, because our goal with all of our 130 plus prompts at this point is to make sure that they work best with the latest model. And we always announce that in our Facebook groups, and we let you know what we think is the best one. Sometimes OpenAI will release a model that's not quite production ready. And we let you know that as well, because we're constantly testing. But in terms of whether you can, yes, so you would create feature tiers here. And then you can, update. You have a separate selection for all of the content that you generate versus the chat model, which is what is in Brainstorm AI. And you can have them be different. We just recommend using 4.0 because it is the best model. It's one of the cheapest ones. And your clients will get the best experience rather than using 3, because 3 is not going to give them as the quality that 4.0 is going to give them.
Yeah, and remember,
Absolutely.
OpenAI is not going back and updating their older models. They're leaving the older model to whatever it is, whatever education it had, and updates it had. Everything new they're adding is to the newer models, and we are keeping an eye on that and training to make sure it's producing the best content for you. So I would suggest just keeping them on the newest model when they're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think they offer 3 anymore, and I believe 3.5 has been getting phased out as well, I think.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I just thought like for future reference, because like right now it's 4.0 at a certain price, but when they come out with another model, that price could go up. And to have that choice to be able to use the older model or stay with the 4.0, I guess is where I was going with that question, like. But yeah, man, you guys' name it is pretty cool. I don't know why I keep thinking of jeans. Levi jeans.
That's right. Levi jeans, Levi Stadium.
Yeah, man. I just stuck with me.
That
Good
part
name,
actually did factor into our early conversations about the name, because we wanted to make sure that we were, obviously you want to make, you want to know what where your traffic is going to be going if they search for Levi, and we realized it was going to be jeans. But we were like, that might be a happy thing, because nobody looking for AI is going to be like, oh yeah, jeans is what I'm going to buy today. And the other way around as well, right? So we were like, yeah,
Very
if
good.
we can get some
Very
traffic
good.
from that, why not?
Very good.
I want to quickly touch on the screen that Ruhin's sharing right now. So this is like the agency dashboard, agency settings area that you get access to, and you're able to change your themes. Ruhin, could you go to the theme section? So you got a bunch of features you can select here to create plans. You've got the theme section here where you can use your brand colors for it to brand it to the way you want it. You can change the side menu to be a more compact, thinner. You can make it go, top bar if you wanted to, as well. So those are some of the options you have available where you can really make it your own within your high level.
This thing's really cool, man. You guys knocked it out of the park with this.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Well, I only bring you the best stuff.
That is correct.
And I did want
For
to tell you
real.
guys, if you're nervous about the OpenAI, I am seriously, I have so many tools that I use my OpenAI API for. And of all of the tools and all of the people that I have using it, I think I only spend about $30 a month on credits. So don't think it's going to be like hundreds of dollars. It's really not significant. It's not something to really worry about.
Yeah, and I would suggest anyone wanting to, sign up for the white label plan, you can confidently offer unlimited plans to your customers and not worry about usage being up, something that's taken away from your profits.
And if you guys do want to create a Hey Levi account, you can go to myvisionagency.com/Hey Levi. The link is also in the description wherever you're watching. If you do sign up, though, let me know. You can contact me on my website because I do have a snapshot and some things that I want to give you as well. Thank you, Bayant and Raheen. I look forward to seeing you at the summit again this year. Thank you so much for joining us and telling us about Hey Levi. You guys definitely shine some light on some things that I was wondering too. So I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having us.
Fantastic. Bridget, thank you so much for having us. Thank you guys. Thanks for allowing us to hang out with you guys and asking all those wonderful questions. We'll see you again.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
And before the rest of you go, I do want to spin the wheel today. So for all of you who are new, just know every Friday when you do join us in the meeting, you do have to be in the Zoom meeting. Your name will get entered into we're going to spin the wheel, and whoever wins gets a free private consultation with me. So I'm going to share my screen here so that you can see, and you guys are seeing the wheel, right? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to call your name just to make sure that I call your name if you're in the meeting so that you get entered into the drawing here. So we have Tony, Ray, Charles, Frankie, Keith, Manny, Maria, and Rick. Did I miss anyone? Going once? Going twice? All righty. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh my goodness, Maria, you are just on a lucky streak here.
What is going
I
on?
was, and I was hoping for no. I was going, no, no.
You know,
I was
God
literally,
loves you, girl.
I'm telling you, we gotta go to Vegas.
You can
Yeah.
give away a
Dude.
Christmas present to someone else if you want.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we all
I'm
plan
good.
terrible.
You know what? I'm gonna go play a lottery ticket. That's what
Yeah,
I'm.
there you go.
I was praying.
Man,
I was
pray
telling
for
my
us, man. Good night, man. God is looking after you.
We know who
yes,
to we know who
and
to do the roulette
I
table with.
I agree, Tony. I'm gonna go get a ticket today.
Yes,
Definitely,
ma'am.
You know what it is,
definitely.
Maria, is that you're taking action and you're being rewarded for it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you telling me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so, so much for joining me today. I loved all the questions. Super awesome. You guys are just rock stars. I just love this community so much. Certainly, I will see you all on Monday. I hope you have an awesome weekend. And Monday, if you guys didn't notice in your emails, if you are a member of our program, you received a free account of our new social autopilot. So I'm going to be doing some training next week about that. And then, of course, next Friday, we will have Ian, who is the founder of Brand Blast, which is the white label tool that the social autopilot that I'm white labeling, that you guys all have an account. So you will be able to white label that tool, but as a member, you do get a user account under my brand that you can use. So check that out. And then, like I said, I will be doing some training next week to show you all how to dive in and start using that tool. Thank you so, so much for joining me. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Today, I am going to show you how you can become a visionary reseller inside of our program. I'm also going to show you how you can actually join for free. Before I go too deep into all of that, I want to show you everything that you get so that you know if this is the right program for you. Okay. Now, first of all, what we do is teach you how to earn reoccurring income as a software reseller. The basis of our program is on HighLevel, right? So you do need to have a HighLevel account. If you don't have one yet, again, I'm going to show you all of that stuff, all the plans and options to join in just a minute here, okay? But first, I want to show you, as a member of our reseller program, we are going to give you software that you can white label. This software is actually powered by Play. It is an AI generated advertising platform. You can advertise on Google, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Google Display, Snapchat, message ads, Facebook ad, call ads, Google call ads. You can actually run one ad and run to all the Google networks. You can run Bing ads, Spotify ads, and even local search ads. We even have an option where you can send direct mail, okay? Now, this is how you want to, this is how your clients are going to be able to advertise, but also you, okay? You want to be able to use this for your business. If you're brand new to software reselling, you definitely want to use the tool before you start reselling it, okay? So you definitely want to be using one of your accounts. You don't have to be a reseller, but you definitely will have licenses that you can resell. And also, we're going to give you the ability to white label this platform. You can see here, this is just a made up brand here. If we click on clients, you'll see that you get this client invite link. That's how your clients are going to create an account. You can just add that right to your HighLevel dashboard. You'll see you can add your own domain to this. You'll have your agency admin account, and then you'll see your clients listed here. If you want to change the logo and the name of your system, and even like the login page, you can create that. And you can even put your own privacy link and things there. Now you'll see this option here that says add white label help center. Of course, you want to uncheck this box if you have your own, but if you would like to use our support team and our gray label knowledge base, you'll see up here, you and your clients will be able to click here. It'll go right to the gray label meaning it's attached to a domain that is not attached to a business. This is updated for you periodically. And then also, if you see here, you do have the all the articles there and all of that stuff. And if your clients do need to contact support, they can do that as well. Okay. So now you see here the home. So you'll have the home page where all of your accounts, obviously your dashboard, you have the advertise tab here, and you have the creative hub. So if you did want to create an ad from a template, you could do that just by importing it, or you could create your own custom ad here. Now, I can't go too deep into this without showing, an account that has the ad accounts connected rather. And you can see how easy this is to do. You just click connect and then you get logged in. Okay. Now, this is what it looks like in a live account. Okay. So you'll see here that this is what your dashboard will look like. You'll see all of the different conversions. This is what makes this so great, because not only is AI creating the ad, but AI is also optimizing the ad so that you can make sure that your ad spend is going to the best performing ad. So when you place your ad, it'll tell you like day one, here's basically it's meeting the guidelines. It was approved. After a week, it's going to check the ad and make sure that you are at the correct benchmarks. You can even see an article here about benchmarks as well. You'll see when you scroll down the ad spend, the clicks, and so on. What I love about this is even if you have never run ads before, you can still create really productive, effective ads. And all you need to do is just utilize the AI ad, the optimization that we have here inside of the platform. Okay, so you can tell here the cost per click. Is that meeting benchmarks? You may not know if you've never run ads before, but you'll be able to see here, for example, this one is 39 cents per click. And it tells us if this is Google Display or Facebook or Google Search or YouTube, what we should expect for, typically like the benchmarks we're looking for. Same with the click-through rate. You'll see your conversions and all of that stuff, and then also the CPM. You'll be able to break down the headlines that AI creates for you and even the location. And then you can see your an overview of your ad. And if you did need to pause it, you could do that. Okay. Now, when you are creating an ad, like I said, you just simply, let's go to the template library and let's choose like healthcare. And let's say that we wanted to import this ad. So let's just go ahead and import this. And we'll click here to create the ad. Oops, let's go back here. Actually, let's go to advertise. Let's go to Facebook. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to create the ad from the template. I'm sorry, I can't show everything, but so you'll see here that this is the goal of this ad campaign is conversion. We type in our website, click create new ad, and then it's going to choose all of this stuff for us. Okay, of course, we can give it a name. We can choose the AI targeting, or we could actually click here and then choose our own like lookalike audience or our own list of contacts, the location. We could use the content that it gives us, or we could actually click here. We could use like the Shutterstock info or the images rather, or we could upload any of these things and use them as well. You will be able to access the Shutterstock images, and it will remove the watermark once the ad is placed. You'll see down here that the AI will actually generate all of the content for the ad and even the headlines. But if you did want to create your own, of course, you could just toggle that over. And then you want to choose your budget, of course, your call to action. Okay, so that's really how easy it is. And then you just watch your ad and make sure that it's meeting benchmarks. Okay, super, super cool, super easy. All right. Now, of course, when you get access to your own white label AI ads manager, you're going to need a website, you're going to need automations and all of that, and we have set that up for you. So if you wanted to resell only the AI ads manager, you can see we've given you 2 funnels that you can choose from. This does import into HighLevel. That's why you need to have an account. And you'll see these colors here that are like blue, there's an orange. These are all changed when you complete onboarding, and it will all be your brand colors. Even, for example, let's go back here to this one. This one is my favorite one. Let's go back. AI ads 1. And you'll see here all of the images and everything that that change with those brand colors. Okay, so we have all the different websites. So if you only wanted to change the if you only wanted to sell the AI ads manager, okay, you could do that separately. Now that's really, it's such a great like lead magnet to your high level agency. In addition to your value ladder, maybe you want to add services and things like that. You'll also see here that we give you a high level agency website. And the purpose of this is to help you combine your white label AI ads manager with your high level tools. Like you can see all of this gets updated when you complete the onboarding. We use custom values, like all the orange color and blue color, all of that gets updated, even the images. That's what I was trying to show you earlier. But you'll see here that the purpose of this website is to sell your agency. That includes high level tools and your AI ads manager. So we have here, convert more leads into sales. We have info about the AI ads manager. Then we talk some about the high level tools. And remember, this is in combination of one entire business. Okay. We're not just doing these separately. This is you creating a high level agency that stands out among everyone else who's creating, who's reselling high level. You'll see these are just some sample plans. You can charge, make whatever you want to. But basically, you'll see the goal is like the unlimited AI ads manager. So you're just going to add this to your high level dashboard in the custom menu link. And then that's all you need to do, right? Everything else is set up, whatever your membership plans are for your high level account. Okay. So you can make this whatever you want. Like I said, this is just guidelines. Lots of people ask me about prices. We all have different businesses and different structures and different offers. So you really need to be thoughtful. And when you are creating your own business, of your costs and what you are offering. So your prices are going to be different than someone else. Okay. So that's the basic premise of that website there. Okay. Now, of course, we do have like all of the automations in here for you. And like I said, it's really easily customizable. Our onboarding will walk you through the whole process, but you'll see here when you go to the custom values and you go into our branding folder, that all you need to do is add your primary color, the logo, light and dark, secondary, and a third color. When you add this information, it's going to update all of the websites in the entire account. Okay. And you'll see, if I go back to sites here, go to websites, you also receive all of these AI scripts. These are combined into one website, but it is like a standalone page that you could use for like lead magnets or whatever. And of course, the purpose of that is to lead into your AI ads manager and your high level tools or whatever your offer is. Okay. So those are included as well. And all of those included with the funnel, those all get updated with your brand, all three of these as well, the folders, when you complete that onboarding there. Okay, so complete done for you system. It takes most people about 15 minutes to get the whole system set up. Now, we're also going to throw in the unlimited AI tools that we have available. And you can see a lot of people just use these. You can embed these into your high level agency if you want to, but it is branded Vision. Okay. So your clients will see Vision. If you don't mind, that's okay. If you did want to white label these tools yourself, you can sign up for a FormWise account and do that here, but you do get unlimited access to all of these things. What most people like using here is the prompt improver tool. Also the terms of service, which really you need a tool like this because everyone's terms of service will be different. And so this helps you formulate those terms of service according to your specific business, and also privacy policy generator, cold email script generator. There's also an A2P compliance prompt that will help you, make sure that you're approved, because if you do apply for A2P compliance, then it's like $15 every time you get rejected. So you definitely want to make sure you're using something to help you with that. Now, also, we're also going to give you a user account of our Vision Social Autopilot tool. Now, what's super great about this is you can train the AI tool to know about your business. And it's real easy to do that. You just click here and you can just free form type. If you already have like a brand report that you want to use, you can just click here to upload that document. You can also, once you've completed all of that, you can, make sure to fill out this information, add your brand color, secondary color, brand voice, any images that you have, maybe images of you or your logo or something. And then you have the product images, because what's cool about this tool is you can connect all of your social media accounts, and you can see which ones you can connect. So Facebook, Google Business, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. You can connect all of those to the social media planner. And once you train it about your business, you can actually just create a campaign. So I'll show you how easy this is here. You can choose videos or images. So let's go ahead and just choose that. And then we'll say Facebook and Instagram. This is the campaign we want to create. We could choose all of those, but I'll just go ahead and choose those. You could say, I want to create 4 weeks of content and I want 7 posts each week, and then when you want to start the campaign. Okay, now I'm going to back out of this because I already have one, but you'll see here when it generates the campaign, it's going to use your brand colors, your logo, your website, and it will even swap out some of the content to be based on your brand. Okay. It will also swap out this content. So it's not just creating the actual post content, it's also creating the graphic, and it's scheduling the post on the platform that you told it to schedule on. Okay. Now, what makes this different than most other tools is that it's already connected. The posts are created, not just the content. I love that. And then once you're happy with this, and of course, if you did need to edit, it's really easy. You just click there to edit, and you have all these options here. But once you're happy with it, you can either export it to a CSV or you could publish it. Exporting is great if you're working with clients, just content. You don't want them to know anything about the tool. You could do that. But regardless, you can publish, and then you literally can create like 150 posts in 5 minutes. Okay. There's honestly no better way or faster way to generate custom content on your social media platforms. Okay. So you're getting a user account of our AI ads tool. You're getting of our unlimited AI tools. You're getting a user account of our social autopilot, but you do have the ability to resell the white label AI ads manager under your own brand. Okay. Now, when you get access to our membership program, you're going to get login credentials for our membership area. Okay. Very first thing you want to do is start here. You're going to read that. It's going to tell you everything I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay. So open office hours, Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do live training. It is broadcast everywhere. But after the training, just like today, you can actually click here and join in the Zoom room. It's not live broadcast, but that's where our community meets after the training. So you can click here to join us there. Also on Fridays, we do a group live coaching session. It is broadcast everywhere. And if you want to join in the Zoom, do that as a member of our reseller program. If you need to contact us to submit a support request, you can do that here. And then if you needed to check out any of the coaching replays, you can do that here. And then here is where you're going to access your social autopilot plan that you get when you sign up, and then also use the content AI tools. Okay. Now, over on the side here, if you need to check out any of the training or any previous things that we've posted about our tools, you can see here, HighLevel Agency. You just click there and it will actually sort the posts so that you're seeing all the ones relevant here. Okay, so our AI ad content tool, that is based on FormWise. Hey Levi, we do have an AI coach I have in my agency that's not included in your membership, your reseller membership program. But if you did want to resell, white label this, you can see all of the info there. And of course, our AI ads manager that's powered by Play, you can check out all of the training there as well. Okay. Now here inside the learning tab is where you're going to find your onboarding. So most people are high-level agencies, and you want to click here and you want to submit or complete all the different steps here. So it starts from very basic, like if you're a brand new agency, how to get your account set up, how to load the Snapshot in there, connect your Stripe account, and all those things. If you just want to use the AI Ads Manager for your own business, you can just fast forward to step 12 and then just complete the, getting the actual AI Ads Manager set up, and you don't need to complete any of this other stuff until you're ready to resell. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to show you is the additional courses here. So the HighLevel overview, you can click there and learn everything you ever wanted to know about HighLevel. I do have a 3-day workshop that I did with HighLevel. You can check that out here, and the bonuses are there as well. You can access our Zoom support here. There's a course about how to start a restaurant agency business with HighLevel. You can also get 500 free leads. We have an additional AI software that you can use to do that. I do have a lot of snapshots here, some that I don't even list on the website, just because every time I do a training series and I teach you how to build an automated system for that, I always want to give you that. So you'll see our support ticketing system, multi-level marketing, cleaning business, restaurant ordering system. We have a demo account, lawn care business, which honestly I think is my best one because I owned a lawn care business for like 8 years. This is what we actually used for our business. So honestly, I feel like that's my best quality one. The church snapshot, and then also the pharmacy snapshot. So you have all of those are just bonuses that you get inside of our program. Okay. And you'll also see we do have 3,000 plus Canva templates and all kinds of different niches that you can choose. You just import them directly into your Canva account. Even the free account is cool. You can do that there. Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to show you is the plans. Okay. So I showed you everything that you get inside of our program. Now I want to show you how you want to join. Okay. So if you are not a current HighLevel member, you do need to create an account to join our program. But if you use my link here, let me show you, you click the link, you'll get a 30-day free trial of any of the plans. If you are a current HighLevel member and you want to upgrade to SaaS, you can actually choose this option here. Okay, so this is for new members, and you will get like a bonus boot camp that's included. And then this is for current members who want to upgrade to SaaS. Now, if you're a current member wanting to upgrade to SaaS, you do not need to change your sponsor. It doesn't change your account in any way, except you're upgrading through me, which means your original sponsor and I will split the commission. So your account, you don't even really see any difference in your account. It's just now you have all the SaaS features and all of that. And then you also will get a free membership in our program. Okay, so let me go back here and explain that deeper to you. Okay, so new members upgrading to HighLevel SaaS. Okay, if that is you, you want to use this option here and you will get everything that you see here for free. So this is the same as our starter plan. The difference is that you are either creating a HighLevel account, which your affiliate commission that I earn will pay for that, or you're upgrading to SaaS through me using this link. And then again, your affiliate commission will pay for your membership. So you don't have to pay at all to receive anything that I just showed you. Okay, you're going to receive 5 licenses of the AI Ads Manager that is branded to you. You're going to receive our done for you system, the AI Ads white label support, live daily coaching, the Vision Social Autopilot, and also the Vision Content AI. You're going to receive all of that here for free if you create a new HighLevel account or you upgrade to SaaS through me. Now, if you're not interested in upgrading to SaaS, or you're already on the SaaS plan and you would like to join our program, you can join us directly using one of our MBA plans here. Okay, so the starter plan you get here, that is $97 a month. And again, this is through me. It is not through HighLevel. This would be through HighLevel. These plans are through me. Okay, so you can get the starter plan here if you don't want to upgrade or you already have high level, and it's $97 a month. If you would like 10 AI licenses, okay, you can choose the $297 a month. If you would like unlimited AI Ads Manager licenses, you can choose the Pro plan, and it's $497 a month. Okay, now I cannot promise you that these prices will not change and that I won't add more value, because I historically I like to be famous for adding an extraordinary amount of value. So I can't promise you there won't be more value, and I can't promise you that the prices won't change. So if you're interested in signing up, definitely do that as soon as possible so that you can take advantage of all of the cool features that we offer. Okay. Now, you can sign up for this plan at highlevel.myvisionagency.com. You'll also see up here at the top my main website. You can go to myvisionagency.com and you will see it looks like this. You'll see the reseller program. When you click there, that's going to take you to this page here. Okay. You'll see all the things that you'll be able to receive. You'll also see that we have 72 5-star reviews. So if you want to see kind of what other people are saying, you can definitely check that out. Now, if you're just you don't think that you're ready to join at all and you're not really sure, you can always join our free community and kind of get a feel of what we offer and check all of that training out there. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.